I guess Reaver will do the countdown.
Yeah.
We are live.
All right. We are live. Hi, everybody. I'm Cheese Reaver. I will be your commentator for this here race for Parasite Eve 80%. We're going to get started and then we'll start doing introductions and whatnot because it's like a 3-hour run and you're going to get tired of my voice. So, if everybody is on the new game screen, we will get it started in 5.
Wait, Nabson, you good?
3,
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
2, 1, kick it.
Oh.
So once again, I'm Cheese Reaver, and this is Parasite Eve, a Squaresoft RPG released in 1998. Today we have our runners, who are the 1, 2, and 5 on the speedrunning charts, and I will let them introduce themselves.
I am Crazy Awesome. I'm top left.
Hello, I'm nabson. I'm top right.
And I'm Mugi, and I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yes, we were going to find him, but he showed up. This is a very, it's obviously the correct time of year for this game. It is set Christmas 1997, so it being Easter 2022 makes sense.
Yep.
Yep, and we're going to the opera. So, Nabson, did you bring us tickets?
Of course, I have unlimited tickets for you guys.
Good boy, Nabson.
And there it is, Merry Christmas 1997. We're going to head to the opera, and we're going to get to meet our protagonist. I really hope there's no treble at the opera.
God, what could possibly happen?
I suppose the timer is yours, Crazy.
Yeah, is it?
Since
All right.
there is only one on the screen.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah,
All right.
that works. No, I'm just like where it comes from.
All right, so here is our protagonist, normally named Aya Brea. We'll see how many extra A's get added.
More than one.
See, on Nabson's side, we got Aya. Oh, we got the same Aya. I didn't catch Moogies, but
I don't spam it, so it's always just I.
you'll see very quickly all of our runners will switch from their gun to their club. That's a secret tool for later.
Kinda. Like,
Yeah. I
go ahead.
No, I was just like, I guess I'm the only one who does that bit differently than name input. Since I don't spam X on it, so I never get extra letters.
I like the extra letters. I like my PBs that are Aya.
Yeah, gives it more strength.
It is a Christmas game. Kind of like
It is.
Die Hard, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, it's as much of a Christmas game as Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and Die Hard is a Christmas movie, so.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah.
So we're here at the opera. We're Aya Brea, a New York City detective. We're not opera people.
No, especially the runners. We get what's called opera jail because 10 minutes in, we usually lose almost every single run. So we're playing a little more safe today, but we get stuck in opera jail all the time.
Yeah, the third fight in the run, which we call Eve 2, the second time we fight her, is basically the hardest fight in the game. All the runs die in that fight. Period.
Pretty much. Also, in the first 8 minutes of the game, there's 5.5 minutes worth of cutscene.
Yep.
There are a lot of cutscenes and a lot of text mashing in this game, but don't worry, we'll get through it. I'll explain some mechanics and give a vague explanation of what's happening in the game, and I'll make fun of them some, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, it was called the Cinematic RPG, which is actually written on the disc case.
Yeah.
So.
And
Yeah,
these
it's actually.
Go ahead.
No, it's actually. I was just gonna say that it's actually written like as a subtitle in the box.
These are
says-
the best graphics
Come on.
1998 has to offer.
Oh god, I need to be quiet.
Oh man, I didn't realize that this was a performance of Dante's Inferno.
Oh, here we go. Is this starting, Cheese Reaver?
Do we have any burning questions from chat?
Oh, God.
Oh god. I really hope you pay the person who write these jokes.
Oh no, I got them for free. Don't worry about it.
Good.
She, of course, just keeps singing as everyone catches fire.
Boom shakalaka, he's on fire.
He's on fire. He's on fire.
Okay.
Who is doing the wine lady?
And of course, she is standing in a burning ring of fire, and it does in fact burn, burn, burn.
Oh, even the
Does have a
chat's getting in the
burning passion
fucking
for her music.
The chat's
love
getting
it.
in the puns too.
Oh, hip check. All right. So all of our runners are going to make their way up to the stage to confront this actress, who we will later learn her name is Melissa, even though she's going to call herself something else. And they're going to beat her with a stick.
Let's see how the RNG treats us.
Yeah.
So this fight, it can take anywhere between 4 and 6 turns, depending on the number of critical hits you get. So Nabson started there with a critical hit, and then it plays a little cutscene where your mitochondria awaken, because mitochondria are, of course, the powerhouse of the cell.
And we use the club here because it has faster ATV, which is, how our turns go, how fast they go. It also saves us bullets at the beginning because we don't start with very many. So most of this game is going to be with guns, but we'll start with the club here, and it's not very easy.
On average, this will take 5 hits.
And it takes 6 for me because, yeah.
And it
It's
takes
me.
6 for Moogie, because that's how it works. So yeah, if in case you're wondering, and in case you missed middle school and high school biology, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. You will hear me state that, I don't know, probably 60 or 70 times throughout this run.
Yep.
There's really no way around it.
Yeah, that 6 cycle costs you, what, 3-4 seconds if you have a...
Yeah,
Something
depends on
like
the
that.
starting ATB. 3 to 4 seconds.
Yeah.
I did have a good ATB, but no 6 cycle, no crits.
And then there's a giant hole in the floor, and our illustrious heroine decides to jump down an entire story in heels.
No problem.
How she doesn't end this night with multiple shattered ankles.
It'll give some shin splints.
It's okay, it's only going to get worse. That's like the least ludicrous thing she's done this evening. Right, and now it's time for anybody keeping track. We have had 1 fight, and we are about to start our 3rd cutscene. This rat, he had some bad Taco Bell.
Stuart Little is angry.
Stuart Little's super angry. But, I mean, you know what? If nothing else, you have to respect the mass gain. He really bulked up. He must be a gym rat.
Oh boy.
Excuse me. What happened?
All right, so we get our first fight with a rat in the game. We are going to fight a lot of rats in this game. They'll be slightly different colors and have slightly, or different amounts of health and whatnot, but they're all pretty much the same.
I did get the crit.
You did. Nice.
Yeah, and that fight takes 2 turns unless you get a crit, in which case it only takes 1 turn. Moogie got the crit, so that saves 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah, a lot of fights can be a lot faster if you just get crits in the right spots. We almost never do, which kind of stinks, but
But sometimes it works out.
yeah, very rarely.
Now we've gone in, we've touched a corpse, grabbed a key, and now we're going to go to the lead actress's dressing room and read her diary, because that's what you do in this situation, clearly. And you find out her name is Melissa. She keeps taking a bunch of drugs. She was the understudy for the position, but the apartment, or the main actress died in an apartment fire. I don't know, that's about what you find out there, right?
I actually had a really good time here.
You ready to
And
die on
now-
Eve too?
Yeah, now it's gonna come here.
And now they're gonna head in up the hallway and into Eve 2, who's playing the piano.
Oh, we hate pianos here.
We do. Also, just for note for everybody, so this is a piano that's backstage at Carnegie Hall. So that piano's got to be worth a lot of money, and she just destroys it. So there's no way that's a cheap piano backstage at Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
And then grows a tail for some reason.
She then grows a
Okay.
tail. Her hands get really, really big. Also, them big hands, she will throw them. So this fight, it's very timing based. It's kind of a lot of in and out, trying to hit her with the club before she can duck out, but not stay long enough that she punches you in the face. Because if she punches you in the face, it really, really hurts.
I got the punch there.
Got a punch. Nabson got a punch. But the punch can crit you for what, I think 24 damage?
I'm
27.
gonna need to heal. I took a second punch.
Oh, we down to 5 health, but luckily, because our mitochondria are better than your mitochondria, we can
God.
heal.
It was actually still a good time. That's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, what was the time? I didn't even look.
God.
I had like
Oh.
a 45 with a
And she
heal.
is just ducking Nabson.
Yeah, dirty
So-
backstabs from her.
Because your club has such a short range and she moves so much, it's very easy to miss multiple times in that fight.
Yeah, that's why we reset there all the time.
That's part of the reason. And sometimes she just wakes up and chooses violence and will walk up and punch you in the face twice and you're just dead.
Yeah, she's got a brutal right hook.
She does
I
have
actually, I actually got really lucky that I survived 2 punches.
Yeah, you dropped down to what I think 5 health, which is
Yeah, 5 health.
Yeah. I healed
Which is-
after the first slap already for safety.
And do not underestimate mitochondria. They are the powerhouse of the cell.
Remember that the revives are going to mess up our inventory a little bit, so when you're doing menus, especially the one right before Central Park, make sure we're doing okay.
I missed the rat. That's gonna cost me.
Yeah, we're fighting more rats, and like I said earlier, we're gonna fight a lot of rats throughout the game. They'll get stronger, but you fight a lot of rats.
This fight is where the route differs a bit. We do play it a bit safe, and we will go an extra fight after here to grab some revives.
Right here, they're fighting the 2 rats and then the frog. The frog can be like sneaky hard to hit because if you swing at its mouth, you'll actually like swing through its mouth.
Yeah, that hitbox is ridiculous.
It's very sneaky. It's very cloak and dagger.
I joke that he only has hitboxes in his armpits.
Yeah, probably.
You're not wrong. All right, so now you'll see them going up the stairs and making this loop to fight another, to hit another fight here at the end of the loop.
I
This
didn't
is to
get
try to pick up revive items. This fight, you usually get 2 revive items from it. You'll get at least 1. You have like an 80% chance for each rat to drop 1. So the chances of you not getting at least 1 is pretty low.
How'd we do on the revives, boys?
I did get 2.
I get only 1.
No, I got 2 as well.
Are you getting the gazebo one later?
I am.
I will go with 2. But I guess
now-
Nabson will have to
Yeah.
get an extra one.
And now here at the stairs, we're going to pick up the first gun in the game that we're actually going to use. That's right, we're going to stop hitting, well, not yet, but soon we're going to stop hitting things with a stick. Actually, no, if done properly, we won't hit anything else with a stick.
You want to explain the offense 1s and the offense 2s?
I can. So you can see right now, looks like Crazy just got an offense +1. There's a chest hidden way in the back corner of this. So the name of the route that they're running, well, they're running any percent, is called the Hammer 5X route. It is a modification, mostly cooked up by Crazy here, where you go out of your way to pick up offense. You can get an offense +1 or an offense +2 out of certain chests in the game. And usually that's at what, an 80-20 ratio? doesn't feel that high. But you can get offenses from different chests in the game, and he figured out that if you just take the time to get all the offenses, the amount of time it saves you later on is worth going, and basically everybody now runs this version.
I was looking at the gate time, and I'm just like, what? Is the timer going fast? And I forgot that we went and grabbed the revives, which cost us 45 seconds.
And
I guess no one.
Everybody got frog skip.
Yeah, no one explained frog skip.
Oh, so in that previous room before the room here where they've run into Eve again, you actually are supposed to fight 2 frogs, but there's a pillar in the top corner that if you scrape across it just right, you don't hit the fight trigger and you can just run past it.
Yeah, and that's the only glitch in the game. The rest of this game is just playing good.
Yeah.
And RNG.
Yes, tons of RNG.
And Eve turns herself into goo to go through the gate. You're going to see Eve turn into goo, and this is a very gooey and sticky game for anybody out there who has like stickiness issues. This game's got a lot of them.
Yeah.
And the game wants you to believe that this is a mutated sewer alligator, but but really this is actually just what sewer alligators are like in New York. Eve had nothing to do with this. When you start this fight, the game warns you that there are 2 targets. You actually can shoot the tail of the gator, and you want to. You do not want to shoot it in the mouth. Otherwise, it will run up and choose violence. And this fight is it's kind of, there's a tempo to it to dodge all of the kind of waves that it's shooting out.
And in the second phase, we need crits to skip a cycle. Whoa, I get hit for 36. Okay.
I got double crit on first phase, so that lost me.
Yeah. And so now in the second phase, if you get hit by the fireball that it can shoot out in the second phase, it hurts a lot, as the 36 damage that Crazy took.
You want to explain the reload mechanic since I did mess it up?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Sure. All right. So the gun they have right now has 6 bullets, and it shoots 3 bullets per turn. If you end a round at exactly 0 bullets, you get a free reload before your next round. If you don't, and you have, let's say you've got 2 bullets in your magazine, but you shoot 3, after you shoot twice, Io will actually take the time to reload on screen, like there's a full reload animation, and then shoot the other one, and that loses you probably, 2 seconds at a time?
And it makes the fights less safe because you're stuck there reloading and they can hit you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and while you're standing there, you can get punched in the face, which is what you're trying to avoid. And we were talking too much, but just remember, alligators are angry because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush.
Dude, if I didn't have a toothbrush, dude, how would I live?
Well, you're not an alligator, so.
I suppose. I'd be really mad if somebody took my toothbrush away.
This gentleman who just sucker punched that reporter is Aya's partner, Daniel. He is also a detective at the NYPD. And spoiler alert, that is not the only person you are going to see him sucker punch in this game. And then now we get it's the end of day 1. There are 6 days in the game, though day 6 is really just a boss gauntlet. But the end of day 1, you kind of get this, not flashback, but her telling the tale in the future. I will never forget the pure terror,
I keep having this instinct to split, even though I'm running
even though you're on the single split.
On the timer.
Muscle memory is rough, man. It'll hit you.
That's a pretty good day 1 for getting the revives.
Yeah, for revive times, y'all did quite well.
I don't know. I lost only 30 seconds on Eve 2.
Actually,
right.
JP, whatever they want, they're cops. They can go where as fast as they want.
You're still ahead of me, Nabson, I think.
I got a flat 11 on the Eve 2.
And it'll be, almost probably 15 minutes before we have another fight?
Let's see. About 12. 12 or so.
So you gotta go to the museum,
Should
come back, then go to Central Park.
Should I explain the ice mechanic here? Because I'm going to do the ice.
Oh, sure, why not?
Yeah, if you want
Okay,
to.
so we just picked up a mod permit which allows adding slots into the weapons so that you can put special abilities or whatever into them. And usually we discard this item, or basically everyone else does except me. But later on in the game, we will have a chest which has a 50% chance to give us a good gun or a bad gun. And I'm going to keep the mod permit in case I get the bad gun. So I'm going to make it more powerful instead, which is going to be an interesting change in the route. I'm basically the only one who does it at the moment, so I will talk more about that if it actually happens.
You know what? I'll join you if I get an M10. Why not?
Okay.
We're having some fun.
I
There you
mean,
go.
why not?
We'll do.
But yeah,
we'll do
for
weird stuff.
Cheese Reaver, I'm not sure if you're aware of this because I haven't been talking with you in a long time now. But
I knew
basically,
you had theorized it.
yeah. Basically, what I'm gonna do is if I get the M10, I'm going to use the mod permit after the hospital.
Give it a
Get
slot
ice.
and then put ice on it later.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I'm gonna do.
Yeah, you
So-
probably lose about 45 seconds to a minute putting it on. Well, you make up that back if you get the right enemies in the museum. So it's kind of a gamble, but you know, it's a fun gamble.
And we'll talk about that when we get to the museum as far as which ones you want, which ones you don't, and why. But yeah, so this little boy in red, that is Daniel's son, Ben, who has shared custody with his ex-wife over, and he wants to go to the park because there's a showing of the opera at the park. And they have tickets.
Do you want to explain the tooling system a little bit there, Cheese?
Sure thing. All right. So in the game, guns have base stats and bonus stats, and then some special abilities, like what Mugi was talking about with adding the frost onto the gun later. Using in the game, you'll find items called tools, and that tool allows you to either move the bonus stats or one of the special abilities from one gun to another, but it destroys the original gun if you use a tool on it. If you find there are also ones called super tools, which, barring crazy RNG, we will not see during this run, where it moves the stats or the special ability, but doesn't destroy the original weapon, so you can move the stats and an ability.
Yeah, during the
Also,
any
you
percent
have lots
run.
of-
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, during an 80% run, you have what I believe it's a 1% chance
Yep.
to get a super tool.
1%. That's exactly what I was going to say.
There's one chest in Central Park, which is the next main area we'll be going, that has it's 99% chance of a regular tool and a 1% chance of a super tool, and none of the routing changes based on that because you don't change your routing based on a 1% chance. Yeah, and I guess talking to that, most chests in the game have percent chances of one of two items. Usually there's an 80% and a 20%. There are some that's like 99-1, like Tool Super Tool, but most of them I believe are 80-20. There's only one I can think of that's like a huge deal if you get the 20 instead of the 80.
Yeah, the ammo chest in Central Park.
The ammo/tool chest in Central Park.
Yeah, that's where some of the really toxic RNG starts. Is that that specific chest? You want to talk about that a little bit while I do a menu here?
I mean, as far as percentages go, I think item chests are 80-20 and weapon chests are all 50-50.
I think you're right. Except for there are a few item chests that are off of 80-20 because obviously the Tool Super Tool one's not.
Yeah, and I mean the chests which we pick up on this run.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're all either 80-20 or 50-50.
By the way, Will Bloodworth in chat, you're a super tool. Got him.
I mean, you're not wrong, so I can't really blame you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the specific chest we're talking about in Central Park, which right now our runners are going to the museum to meet Dr. Clamp, who is a geneticist who works at the Museum of Natural History for reasons that will be revealed later. But so the chest, it's fairly early in Central Park, which is the next, I guess, dungeon. I guess I could call it a dungeon, kind of the next dungeon of the game. And basically, there's a chest fairly early on in it that has an 80% chance of getting a tool and a 20% chance of them just giving you some ammo. If you don't get a tool there, you have to spend, what is it, about 45 seconds later on day 3?
Oh no, we actually changed that to day 4. We go and get the tool from the jail in the NYPD when we're going up on day 4. So we've improved that a little bit, but that one's still a little bit slow. So
you don't get the pharmacist tool anymore; you get the jail tool.
Yep. That's right.
Ah, okay. It burns some extra time later if you don't, and it's RNG. There's nothing you can do about it. You're either going to get the tool or you're going to get the ammo.
Yeah, and you'll have less damage through all of day 3 if you don't get that tool. Most of day 2 and all of day 3. So it's a very crucial tool to get. So whoever gets the ammo is kind of screwed.
Yeah, on a competitive like if you run for good times or top times, basically getting the ammo means that you reset the run.
Yeah.
Except you got double +2 on day 1.
Yep, that's the only exception. Even though that's cursed.
I talked a little bit about it. So most of the chests where they'll be picking up offense +1s, which will add 1 offense to the bonus stat of a gun. And remember, the bonus stats are the ones that they can move around with tools, so they can just keep chaining those bonuses together to make it where their last gun has a ton in bonus stats. But most of the chests where you pick up the offenses, you have I think it's an 80-20 chance of offense +1 or offense +2. And we kind of refer to a lot of our runs in how many offense +2s we got, because the more offense +2s you have, the more time you save later on in the game.
Dr. Clamp, are you looking at a JPEG and mashing random keys? Yes, he is. I want that keyboard, by the way.
Work on the refresh rate on his computer.
It's amazing what you're talking about. Good old CRT.
10 FPS.
This is the part of the game where if you happen to be playing and didn't know that mitochondria were the powerhouse of the cell, they're going to tell you that mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell.
You want to
Clamp is going to tell you, and he's going to be really loud about it.
Oh, he loves mitochondria. He is like #1 super fan of mitochondria. He is on team mitochondria.
You want to explain the world map for a second there?
What's that?
You want to explain the world map and how we do it with the sound cue?
Yeah. Okay, so the world map on this game, you basically it's kind of a rotary map of New York, and you have to shift left or right so many spaces to go, like they're going to try to go back to the police station now, so they can just shift, I think it's 2 to the left, but it's been a while.
1.
In a while.
But later on, when we have a lot more places, it becomes much more important to be able to do the world map very quickly. And you can actually start moving on the world map just a split second before you can see the world map. So most people, there's a particular sound cue when you're moving to the world map. On a particular part of the you can start moving and it works. And that's actually true of all screens in the game. As far as you can do stuff on the screen before you can actually see anything. So every time they move between one screen and another, they're actually holding the direction they're going to be running on the next screen during the transition, and they'll have already started moving before the black screen fades into view, or the real screen fades into view.
Remember, this menu is different.
Yeah.
And so right now what they'll be doing is taking the tool that they picked up earlier in the armory and moving the bonus stats from the gun that they got on day 1, the M1911, to the M16 that they most recently got from the armory. Because that is the gun that they're going to use for day 2. Oh, you need me to make that sound again?
Mine's more of I hear it. It's more of a bee. That's what I hear.
Oh, you hear the bee? I go for a particular spot in the.
It's like a bass sound. It's really low frequency. But yeah, I was just about to talk about that when you started talking in the museum, that I need you to be quiet since I need the sound cue, and you just kept talking. So,
by the way, every time me and Moogie race, I for whatever reason I just start talking during that part when he needs to listen. For whatever reason, I'm not even paying attention.
Yeah, he always ruins my sound cues. It's like some kind of conspiracy.
It's as it should be. And in case, I guess you guys should know this. How is mitochondria like an iPhone battery? They're both the powerhouse of your cell.
Did anyone get an offense too, by the way?
Nope.
Just +1s for me.
+1s. Okay.
So we're all +1s thus far.
That's
we
really
picked
good
up
luck.
2 offenses in day 1, 1 in day 3, and 1 in day 4. Am I crazy?
I'm already like half a minute behind you guys. I swear I'm good at this game.
He is number 5 in the world.
Chat, please stop. I have a family.
No, so you don't want me to mention how if you don't kill these snakes quickly enough, they'll throw a hissy fit?
I hate you, Cheese Reaver.
Dude, we got 2 more hours of this, so let's just we gotta buckle in.
Move on.
Now, the one thing about these snakes, though, is if they hit you, they will poison you, and poison in this game sucks. Like, it
Very
drains your
dangerous.
health so quickly. It is dangerous in this game.
Oh wow, I didn't get the cycle.
I got the QP.
Oh yeah, that's a junk item. That's a very, very low percentage drop from a fight, so it's very unlucky for nabson.
Yeah, normally we pretty much want ammos and medicines.
I lost the cycle and I lost lots of HP on that fight. Really unlucky.
And on the screen that Crazy and Nabson are currently on, they're going to fight birds. And the birds drop an item that's literally called junk. They drop junk, and it's called junk. Now, if you're playing the game casually and you happen to collect 300 junk, you can turn it in for an awesome gun. Playing the game as a speedrun, obviously, you will not do this because it's going to take you a very long time to collect 300 junk.
Grabbing this vest, I don't know why.
So they're going to pop in here, they're going to grab the zoo key, which is going to let them get deeper into the Central Park Zoo. And yeah, Crazy decided to pick up a vest that we picked that up in what, pistol percent?
Yeah, starter pistol. God, Moogie. I just realized you had 24 HP coming in that fight.
Yeah.
Wow. All right,
And
here's
then
the
also, they picked up a grenade launcher out of the cabinet in the zoo, because the zoo keeps a grenade launcher in the cabinet. Alright, looks like both Crazy and Nabson got a tool in the tool ammo chest, so that's good.
You guys are so much ahead of me. Oh boy.
No, I didn't get a crit there. But
Now we're gonna meet our newest enemy, the boomerang guys. I think they're supposed to be monkeys?
yeah, they're supposed to be.
There you go. I got that.
Did you really?
Got that. And Moogie got the ammo, which is going to make him burn some time later. And he's going to lose some time in this game because he won't be able to move points around as quickly. But yeah, the boomerang guys, I think they're supposed to be monkeys. And
I
you know
did
what?
double crit the monkey.
That's nice. If you double crit the monkey, you can kill the monkey in one round. You know, I once glued a set of dentures to a boomerang. It really came back to bite me.
Pay attention, guys, that you have the level up at the crows. And not at the polar bear fight.
Yeah, you level up early.
Oh, that's right. So I don't take 4 junk. That's right.
Yeah.
Since we took that extra fight, it kind of screws up our host fight menus. Because when you level up, you have to hit X 2 more times before you can discard all the items. And if we're just not used to it being in that position, which whatever, we'll figure it out.
Until the late game, once we start getting optional fights, because there are fights later on that are optional. Thus far, every fight they've gotten into has been, you're always going to get it. The experience routing is very consistent until day 4, probably really till day 5.
Dude, is chat coming in with the puns as well?
Yes, they are.
Oh, come on. I'm not going to survive this.
I love it, and I thank you, chat. I really do. And now, as part of my love for chat, I will warn them. If you are adverse to goo leaking out of people's eyeballs, you should turn away for the next 45 seconds or so. As I said, this is a very gooey, sticky game, and this particular cutscene is one of the gooeyest.
Did you bring the pun army with you? What is happening?
I don't have to bring the pun army. If you make enough puns, the army will find you.
Is this a Field of Dreams type thing?
Yes.
Oh boy. Not sure if one.
Yeah, so it's all very gooey. There's goo coming out of people's eyes, and people turning into goo but leaving their clothes behind. All very sticky. It's a very sticky game. It's the kind of game you kind of want to shower when you're done with it.
Oh no, chat is getting bold. Look what you did.
Oh, and you'll note right after that cutscene, as they go outside, they see a little girl to the side that they follow to find Eve. This game, if I had to summarize it in 2 statements, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, and follow the ghostly little girl down the hallway. I mean, y'all got anything better? You spend a lot of this game following ghostly little girls down hallways.
That's pretty much it. Follow Eve and follow ghosts.
Everything. Chat is killing it with the puns.
Oh, I'm gonna have to turn off chat.
They really got along.
Yeah.
They got along well. Everything sort of gelled.
But
What a
here's the
sticky
thing.
situation.
If I do turn off chat, you're just gonna repeat them
I'm
for
just
me
gonna
anyways.
read them to you.
This is gonna be a long 3 hours.
Yes, it is. All right, so
I grabbed
so
that
Nabson, and you'll see Crazy here go into this gazebo and pick up another revive. So revives, they do what's on the box. If you die in combat, a revive will automatically pop you up with what, half health?
I think it might be a third, but I'm not sure. I honestly don't know.
With a certain amount of health, and it's the only way to avoid a game over if you die in a combat. And so for safety reasons, they're picking up some extras. And this chest that Nabson is coming out is the 99-to-1 chest, whether it's a tool or a super tool. It's tool, no big shocker there. He has destroyed the grenade launcher that the zoo kept around. Once again, I have to mention you found a grenade launcher in a cabinet at the zoo. Not even a tranquilizer grenade launcher. That grenade launcher has fire damage on it. So that's a flaming rounds grenade launcher you found in a cabinet at the zoo.
Oh, I just want to say to everyone in chat, I'm sure there's lots of other speedrunners here. The guide for this makes it so easy to learn the speedrun. Like, it's hard to master, right? But you can learn this in a Saturday easily with the guide. That's how I learned
notes are
it.
just top tier.
Yeah.
So now on this screen, you'll see they're being attacked by 4 crows. That is, in fact, an attempted murder.
That one hurt me. I think my appendix just burst on that one.
But for real, like, this crow fight can actually really suck because they dart in and out, and they like to, as soon as you aim at them, dart out of your gun's range, and then you don't do any damage to them.
I crit 3 crows. I got a really good fight here.
Oh wow, yeah, you're way ahead of me right now.
Wow.
I got a 3 turn.
Nice.
And I didn't pick the gazebo revive, so I did catch you up a bit, but I'm losing time with the tool so much.
Yeah, It's not just the going to get the other one, but it's the not being able to change over stats as early.
Yeah.
So in this fight, there's a couple of snakes and our first and only polar bear that we'll see in this run.
Nice. Oh, QP. Damn it. I have so much luck with the QPs here. Second person already.
Yeah, you don't want to cure P here because then it gives you that instead of ammo. This is another bad fight.
I somehow messed this up and got poisoned. Let's see if I'm gonna actually die.
I want to make a League of Legends joke here because it's a polar bear that shoots lightning at you, but I'm going to refrain.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just hemorrhaging time now for bad turns. Not good ATB and...
It's like Nabson had a good double monkey fight.
Yeah, if you crit each one once, you can 2-turn it instead of 3-turn it. And I did. Good.
Okay, that's one.
Also, we should explain that,
tool for me.
that ATB, obviously
Okay, 3-turn.
that runs your turns, is random at the start of every fight. So if you can get really bad ATB every single fight, and that'll just kill your time.
And then you have a stat called active time that makes it go faster, but also depending on what type of weapon you're currently using will also dictate your turn speed to a degree.
Yep, and the club is the fastest. That's why we used that earlier. But the second fastest is the machine gun, and then we're going to use that for most of the run later on here.
Nobody got a YOLO tool.
Yeah, no YOLO for me, so I will have to go for the backup.
The chest that they all picked up under that bridge, that's what we call the YOLO tool chest. It's got, I believe, it's supposed to be a 20% chance. And if you get that, it prevents you from having to go out of your way to grab a tool later. Or if you've gotten all the correct tools up to that point, lets you actually just tool one more gun over. So, Nathan's already started it, and Crazy's about to head in. This is the worms fight. This is a weird, very technical fight. So it starts with the 4 worms that'll pop in and out of their holes. But they keep their health pool, so if you damage them while it's still the 4 small worms, any of the damage you did to the other ones stays, but every time you kill a worm, all the other worms, the next time they pop up, have more maximum health than they did to start. And by the end of it, you usually end up with one giant worm in the corner who will hit you for a lot of damage.
Yeah, Big Mike just posted the guide for Parasite Eve. It's such a great guide.
It really is. I don't think has it been updated for the hammer route?
It has. It's not perfect for hammer route, but it'll give you the gist of it.
Okay.
I'm having a really bad.
I mean, since hammer route is really just a slight deviation from the 90% route that it was.
Yeah.
But it is one of the best speedrunning guides I've ever dealt with. Like, it teaches you everything.
Got a bad cycle here.
And basically, for the most part, basically what you want to do in this fight is, once you get down to 2 worms, get them both close enough to death that you can either kill them at the same time or only have to shoot the big one that shows up once or twice to finish off the fight.
Wow, I'm having the most terrible worms ever.
Ooh.
The pattern is like garbage.
I actually had a good one. I had a bad Central Park, but a good worms. I'm going to drop one of these. My inventory's full.
And I had, wow.
My worms was awful.
My worms is literally the worst worms I have had ever.
That was a terrible reload time right there.
Mm-hmm. And I can't shoot it now, so yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's even gonna die. I'm gonna have to dodge this.
And then, as you can see on the absent screen, of course, he's now on fire. And you're about to fight Eve in a carriage. And this is by a wide margin the smallest arena you have in the game, because the seating area of the carriage, that's it. That is the only spots you can be.
Oh, he's still not dead? I'm gonna die again. Wow.
And
I'm just following this. This is costing me too much time.
Eve Eve likes to walk up and punch you in the face, and when you have so little space, generally if she wants to punch you in the face, there's not a whole lot you can do about it.
Yeah, but just get slapped.
You just get slapped, and her slaps hurt. The other thing she'll do is fly up into the air and do that AoE. When she does that AoE, there's always at least one corner of the carriage that will prevent you, like, that'll make it where you don't have to take any damage.
No quits for me. Got an extra cycle.
This is going to be an amazing run. I got the ammo and I had literally the worst warns I have ever had.
So Mugi, how many revives you got left? You're gonna grab the pharmacy one now?
I lost one, so I will have to pick up a second one from the pharmacy because I didn't pick up the gazebo.
I wonder, since you're already picking up the revive there, is it still a time loss to grab the tool as well or no?
They're on completely opposite sides of the pharmacy.
Yeah.
That's true. But I mean, it will give me extra damage on the precinct, so...
True, and
That's
you can
true.
grab a med 2 and a 3 while you're there.
Yeah, I will just go for the pharmacy one.
Alright, so now Eve is staring at you as you're unconscious on a carriage. Right after she punched you in the face on that same carriage. Bunch of flashbacks to ghostly little girls in hospitals. You know, the usual.
Okay, that's done. I'm gonna go and grab my apple juice.
All right.
Since this is a long mashing where I just... Wireless controllers, amazing.
And that is one note for anybody out here who wants to, looks at this and decides they want to do the speed run. It is a very fun run. A lot of the fights are very technical. There is a lot of text mashing in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And there's really no way around it because you're not allowed to use a turbo controller.
And the two fastest consoles we use are PSTV, also known as the Vita TV, around the world, and the PSP. I prefer the PSTV because I can use a wireless DS3 controller, the DualShock 3, and it has like a 20-hour battery life. So I've made sandwiches while mashing on this part because you just sit here and mash.
There are times where you're mashing for 10 minutes straight, basically, that go have a sandwich.
I have taken a poop. Yep.
Like you got options.
But you could say on the PSP Go, you can use a wireless controller as well.
Can you?
Yeah, I have a PSP Go and I run it with wireless controller. I mean, maybe the differences on the PSP and PSTV are only in the disc swap, but around 6 seconds or something.
Probably more like half of that, but I mean, I don't know. It's not bad at all.
Oh, speaking of disc swapping, we'll get into it a little bit later, but this game has the most awkward time and location for a disc swap of any game I've ever seen.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense now that you mention that.
Awkward.
Yeah. Why would it be there? Huh.
Right.
I never thought about that.
The subway, it's there in the middle of this. Yeah. Oh, this is where Daniel's son Ben gets to meet the police dog Shiva. And in a game like this, if you meet a friendly animal, it's not going to end well. Foreshadow. Not quite bad. No. Disc swapping on the PSTV is actually, it's pretty quick. Like, probably takes, 10, 15 seconds? Like, it's not super long. It's just at an awkward position of the game. You know, most games disc swap right after a boss fight or when you're entering a new area or, things of that nature. This one is, you're literally walking back into an area you just left. Disc swap time. And now we get to meet Maeda. Maeda? I'm going to go with Maeda. Who is a scientist from Japan. And because it's going to be mashed through way too fast for anybody to read it, it turns out something very similar to this happened a few years ago in Japan.
Somebody caught on fire?
Okay, I'm back.
Well, he's on fire, but like the whole incident with Eve apparently an incident very similar to it occurred a few years prior in Japan, and that is why Maeda is here.
Yep, there's a book and a really bad movie about it.
Yeah. I don't know. I've heard the movie's bad. I've never read the book nor seen the movie.
I made Crazy watch the movie.
Yeah,
But
that was
this game is technically sort of a sequel to a book/movie.
Oh, by the way, a note on the disc swap. The only difference is on the PSP you hit a button and it immediately goes to the menu. On PSTV you have to hold down the button, and that's the only time. The difference in time is just that. The 2 or 3 seconds of holding down the button.
But you can also do the menu way faster on PSP.
Yes,
you have a slightly delay with the input. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes before you press yes and no, it's a tiny moment what you have to wait. You can't
Also
do it really fast.
Also, this creepy Japanese man was watching her sleep all night. That's not weird or anything. Also, he's burning a fire in a barrel indoors with the door closed. How they're not dead of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Desperate times.
Yeah.
And I don't know if someone talked about the differences of the versions. I mean, there's an American and a Japanese version of this game.
Oh yeah, you're probably the only one who's run the Japanese version. So why don't you tell us about it a little bit more?
Yeah, it's quite funny because I know most likely from Resident Evil series and maybe also from some other series that the Japanese version is easier than the American version. But in this game, it's the opposite. The enemies have more HP and all that stuff. So for speedrunning isn't so good because you need very much more time to go through some parts of the game. So it's a disadvantage.
A lot of times, especially in RPGs, the Japanese version's faster just because text is displayed so much faster.
Yeah.
But this game actually processes text per box, not per line. So as far as I know, the Japanese version is just as fast. I'm not sure if it has less text boxes. It might have a few less, just because Japanese text is usually shorter.
That's a good point. And that's the reason in a lot of RPGs, you'll see when you get to name characters, people will name them single characters. In this one, it doesn't matter. That's why we don't take the time to make Aya's name just A.
Aya.
Or in this case, we make her name Aya. Because it's displayed page to page.
Landlord's gonna be fuming. Come on. That one's too easy. You don't get points on that one.
Oh, yeah. Nemesis breaks out the little money. Final Fantasy Tactics, it takes 2 minutes for them to write out little money. And that is my favorite game of all time.
But yeah, just to elaborate a bit, why I said I'm going to grab my apple juice is because of actually Crazy did a run once where he just went and made a sandwich during that cutscene, so we call it the sandwich percent. It is, I believe, excluding the last cutscene on the end after Museum, that's the longest break you have in the game where you just literally mash X so you can walk around with your controller and just do whatever you want for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I have a small apartment, so I've gotten a sandwich, I've fed my fish, I've vacuumed once, went to the bathroom, but haven't taken a shower yet.
I don't know that the DualShock 3 is waterproof. We want to put it in a Ziploc before you take a shower.
Yeah, I'll have to get a special order one.
I can confirm it's not, because I did spill my apple juice on my previous controller, so I had to get a new one.
All right. So both Nabson and Crazy have finished the giant amount of tech smashing, and now the game wants you to go. The city of New York has been pretty much completely evacuated. So you're going to go raid the gun shop that happens to be next door to the apartment you were just in.
So I got to answer this.
You're going to go on the other side and raid the pharmacy.
I got to answer this question. What kind of sandwich? It was a corned beef with Swiss. That's it. That's all I made.
So not quite a Reuben. But...
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in you, Crazy.
Here in the gun shop, we are going to get the first submachine gun that you get in the game. And we're going to use SMGs for almost the entire rest of the game.
You wanna explain the random mechanic of those?
Absolutely. So the way guns work in this game is they do a certain amount of damage per turn, and that is generally split among however many bullets you fire. There's an addition part to it, but for the most part, a gun that shoots 2 bullets is going to do more damage per turn than 1 bullet, but it is not going to do double damage because the bullets don't do full damage. Well, the machine guns in the game have the random mechanic, which means you don't get to pick your target anymore, but it shoots up to 1.5, or does it always shoot 1.5?
It rounds down, but it's 1.5x. So if you have if you have a 5 times a rate of fire, it won't do 8; it'll do 7 shots instead.
It'll shoot 7 times, but they do damage as though you were shooting 5 times. So overall, you do a lot more damage because you're getting 2 extra bullets, plus not getting a harder divisor on your damage.
Drum borders, you're killing me with that. I'm so hungry right now. I'll take everything except the Russian dressing and we'll be good. Make me one, please.
I do love a good Reuben. I might have to order a Reuben tonight.
Oh, yeah, we're all getting Reubens now.
I did mess up that menu. It was so messed up because I didn't have the tool.
Oh yeah, that not having you're still missing one tool.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the pharmacy one, so I'm going to lose a lot of time here.
You're gonna go ahead and grab it there just to be done with it.
I need to get the revive too, so.
And you'll have the extra damage for day 3.
Yeah.
So that
or not nice. Extra damage, it will be normal damage since I'm missing a tool.
You won't be lacking damage for day 3.
Yeah.
Are you gonna grab the med 3 and the med 2 since they're on the way?
I'm gonna grab at least one of them. The chest, I think I will skip the shelf.
Okay.
I need to save time somewhere.
The classic Reuben doesn't use 1,000. I know. I just hate dressing, so I eat Reubens with no dressing.
Well, let's see. I love Russian dressing on my Reuben. This is now a Reuben stream.
Hell yes. Let's keep that going.
Yeah. So what's happening in the plot of the game is you've brought Maeda to the museum to use Dr. Clamp's equipment to look at some stuff. He apparently scraped some goo off of Aya's jacket and has now introduced his blood to the goo. Another note about this is whoever made this cutscene, as cool of a cutscene as it is, clearly doesn't understand the scale of things in the human body. Because we go from tissue to cell to atoms and then back out.
Wait, are me and nabson exactly synced right now?
You are both on the same cutscene, yeah.
Holy cow.
And then you see the X-Parasite going after the cell, and it can't fight back. Also, while we're here on this scene, I'm going to go with my personal little headcanon theory, is that Parasite Eve happens in the Metroid universe because the X-Parasite exists, and Aya is in fact an ancestor of Samus Aran. Because as we'll see here shortly, her cells are able to fight back against the X-Parasite. And no one has been able to give me a good argument as to why we're not in the Metroid universe.
Well, I'm still thinking about the Reuben, so.
But yeah, I do swear I can play this game. I'm just having bad luck as usual.
Yeah,
you always have bad luck in races, Moogie. It's cool.
Moogie really does. Like, every single time something happens. By the way, me and nabson are 1 and 2 in the leaderboard, and then Moogie is now number 5. So this is all top 5 runners right now.
I think I'm still hanging into the top 10. I think I'm like 8 or 9 now. I can't run right now due to my wrists, but
yeah, I was gonna say, what was Flintstone? He was like 9 or 8 or 9, I think.
He's 8, I'm 9. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna go ahead.
Yeah, he was 8 when I did beat his time, so I think he should be 9th now.
Oh, I also, let's give props to Retrothon. This is a pretty cool layout, and also thanks for letting us play some Parasite Eve with you guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I really like that layout, though. That layout is sweet.
It is cool, yeah.
Oh, well, so Drumboard is asking where's Medusa since Metroid and Kid Icarus are in the same universe. You have to wait till Parasite Eve 2 to fight Medusa.
Medusa is just tank controls.
And just a note, so there are 3 games in the series, Parasite Eve 2, which plays mostly like a Resident Evil clone, tank controls, all of that. And the worst game in the series by a wide margin, Third Birthday on the PSP.
He's number 3 now. Palmer was a legendary runner of this game for a long time. And I think he's now number 3. Yeah, so it's
Palmer's 3, RJ's 4.
Yeah, and then Moogie is 5. So yeah, Palmer, absolute legend of this game. I hope he comes back sometime because he came back with a new route and he only did like 1 or 2 runs and he PB'd on like the second run with an M10. So yeah, I hope he comes back to this.
It is also worth noting that I think you two are the only ones who have 2 hours 35 minutes time.
Yep, that's right. Me and
RJ and Palmer have 36, and I have a 37, and everyone else is at least 2 minutes behind us. So the top 5 is really competitive.
Yeah. Yes, you are correct, Alistair. We don't speak of the Third Birthday. The game is trash.
It is trash.
Well, it's so bad they weren't even able to call it Parasite Eve Third Birthday. It's just Third Birthday.
They couldn't call it Parasite Eve because they don't have the IP license anymore.
No, because the author of the book hated the second game so much.
Have we both missed the clamp skip here? Yes, right?
I'm
not paying attention
yet. It's coming soon for me.
Mugi's just currently proving that I is an ancestor of Samus.
Yeah,
Me and
I'm
nabson
so much
are
behind.
Exactly like 2 frames off.
You guys, I hope you die on 3 fights.
We will.
Get 10 heals on shield.
Y'all are, you and nabson are very close.
He's gonna pull ahead though because Moogie was talking during my world map for once.
Yeah, it was also hard for me to get it, but I got
You know what? You know what? Showtime. I unironically really enjoy the second game.
Ugh.
Not really as a Parasite Eve game, but as a Resident Evil clone, it's solid.
It really is. I've been trying to play it recently, and it is super Resident Evil-y. Do you want to explain the refight mechanics there, Cheese?
Now that we're on day 3 and we actually have a chance for them, I will. So in the game, certain rooms you're going to get a fight in them the first time you walk in them every time. That's just how it is. First time you go through, you get in a fight. Almost all rooms that have fights are like that. Actually, are all of them. I think all of them are. Regardless. Frog skip, but that's the one glitch we use. Every subsequent time you go through the same room, you have a chance to get another fight in that room. I don't know if it's 50% or I think it depends room to room.
Supposedly it's 45%. It's slightly under 50%.
So thus far, we actually haven't re-entered any fight rooms. Just the route you take up to this point, it doesn't happen.
Oof.
But now that we're here in the police station, we're going to actually start going through. We have 2 possible refights here in the police station. And for the most part, you want as few refights as possible, but especially on days 3 and 4, you want no refights at all.
They're worthless.
Day 5 in the museum, I think you actually want 1 for experience purposes.
Couple. It depends on which ones you get, I think.
Yeah.
Depending on whether you get more raptors or more of the green lizards or what have you. We're not going to call them what you call them. We're going to call them the green lizards.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's a very good idea, sir.
We're trying to keep this as family friendly as we can here.
Yeah, we do have a name for that particular enemy, which we do not pronounce on the stream.
Exactly. But yeah, so that's what so nabson got a refight here in this hallway. He's already gotten 1 fight here, and he got the refight. The refights are usually similar to the fights that you got going through the room the first time. Sometimes it's the same. Sometimes it's just a similar set of enemies. Like in that one, instead of the werewolf and one bird, he got the werewolf and two birds.
Oh, by the way, get your cat jams ready
Oh yeah.
for this music.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so
We have-
unlucky with this run.
Yeah, kill it. Oh. And
You're
here's-
unlucky? Come on, Nabson. You
this
are
is-
unlucky.
This on
Come
the
on.
ground here, this is Kathy.
Yeah.
She's faking it. She is not dead. See her later in the game.
No one likes Kathy.
All my homies hate
Kathy.
Kathy.
Crazy, you skipped the first one, right?
Yes,
like
that's correct.
always. Yeah.
Great. You got the
So
replay
unfair.
Crazy did.
Oops. Still got 5 more to go of useless ones, so.
But as you can see, we were talking about the random element on the SMGs earlier. So now you can see they're not having to pick their targets in fights. And they'll always shoot their maximum number of bullets, whether something dies. Well, no, that's not always true. But anyway, they're not having to pick their targets, which can speed up the fight significantly because you're not having to say, all right, I'm going to put 2 bullets into that guy, 2 bullets into that guy, 1 over here.
Yeah. It's a trade-off.
It is not being able to pick, but getting the extra bullets.
Nabson, I have some bad luck for you, sir.
You skipped both.
Yeah.
I hope you die on field.
Okay. I got both refights.
Oh.
Wait, Zephyr, you will get 4 in the hospital and I will see you there.
Truth.
It's way better for me.
And so Crazy here is picking up the armor that we're going to finish the game with, and it has a special ability on it. It has auto potion. If your health goes below a certain percentage, it will automatically use the highest medicine that you have left in your inventory. It is a lifesaver, quite literally. Without it, the run would be a good bit slower.
Made a
You'd have to
mistake.
manually heal.
Made a mistake on my ammo. I want to put it to 7 since this gun always shoots 7 bullets on the first turn. So that'll give me a free reload. I accidentally put it to 6 for a second there, so that cost me time just because I screwed up that menu.
There's Moogie on Kathy.
I did skip the first 3 fight, so there's that at least. There is a rumor. There is one person on the Parasite Eve Discord who did some research on it, but this is completely unconfirmed. But he did save state testing on emulator, and he said that according to what he tested, if you have full HP, it is more unlikely to get refights. I've been doing that I do heal before possible refights. And I often have good luck with that, but it's completely unconfirmed so far. Like, there is no proper science done with it, as we call it.
Science. Anytime we work
Science.
anytime we work on route improvements, we just call it science, and then keep yelling science over our
Yeah.
streams. Science.
It's because it's fun.
Also, yes, please everybody enjoy this bop of music, because it's a bop.
Yeah. This music's really good.
Slaps.
I'm about to see if I get my secondary fight, so...
Also, dog lovers, you may want to look away. Because what happens when you love an animal in this game? Eve turns it into some kind of hell beast. That's just
Okay, I did
it's how
skip
it works.
both. I skipped both.
Alright, so Nabson's the only one that's got a refight thus far.
Both.
Absolutely.
I got both refights.
Oh, that's right, you got both.
You're still ahead of me, so... That's how much of time I lost on Central Park.
I lost so much time in the whole run already.
Where's the gun?
Hope only the RNG will be turned better in the late game for me.
Crazy, you should YOLO this fight. I triple dog dare you.
You mean just stand there? I got 3 revives. Why not? We're having fun. Or this fight.
Come on, man, I triple dog dare you.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just not very amused.
Alright, now it comes off the pile.
Did you both get... No, Nabson only has 2 revives, right?
I have 2 revives, yeah.
Yeah, because you only got 1 from day 1. It's the same. I have the day 1 revives, but I didn't pick up the gazebo, so I have 2. Crazy is the only one who has 3.
Yeah, I play this game pretty conservative.
Yeah.
That is correct.
I mean, you're still faster than both of us, so
That's correct, chat. This game is awesome.
this game is awesome.
I don't know. I think
Please play this
nabson1,
game.
if he ever keeps up with it, I think he's gonna beat me someday. Oh,
I
that's true.
don't. Wow, I died. I am not happy today.
Where'd you die?
Oh, he got
Spiders.
triple bounced by the spiders.
Did you have your vest on? No, you didn't have your vest on.
Yeah,
No,
that's-
that damage. Holy shit.
that is true. I did not have my vest on.
That would
Wow.
explain a few things.
I was wondering because I've never died in this fight before.
I have, but then again, I also
I
forgot my
don't
vest
have
at one time.
medicines though, so I might still die. Am I actually gonna DNF this run because marathon? It's gonna be fun.
You'll be alright. So Crazy here is fighting Shiva, the Cerberus. There are 3 heads, but the 3 heads all have different health, or just the middle one has different?
They do have different health.
All 3 of
They
them
all
do.
have.
And the middle one can, on its turn, just decide to heal one of the other heads. And sometimes you get 4 or 5 heals in a fight, and it pushes you a minute and a half.
But yeah, that's what I was saying. I generally have bad luck when we race this game,
is a bad luck.
and it's just not different.
Nabson, did Shiva hit you for exactly
Heck,
your
yeah.
health?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Wow.
Why
you were
doesn't
so.
proc? Come on, proc. Oh my
Here,
god.
You need to proc that one. So the vest
Oh
only
my
activates
God.
when you hit under a certain percentage of your health, and unfortunately, in this specific fight, you can be above that percentage, but still well within Shiva's kill range, especially for that lunge she does. You could do upwards of 50 damage.
What a
I mean,
bad
my
fight.
problem at the moment is that not only I'm behind like no tomorrow, but I also don't have medicines because I messed up the armor.
You could
You,
go in
have
that
any
other room.
you
and
still
grab
have
some
1
health.
revive left?
Yeah, 1, but I will need it for later.
Oh no, I know. I'm just making sure you didn't burn both of them. Yeah, you're gonna have to definitely do some manual healing here, probably. Like not just between fights, but some possibly some in-fight manual healing.
Yeah, we'll see. It's the this is why I didn't want to enter this marathon to begin with because I just cannot play. It's always like this. I just get shafted over.
Yeah, Mugi's got always the race luck for Mugi, is what it is.
Yeah.
At least you didn't get refights though, bud. That's nice at least. Please tell me you put the vest on though.
I did put the vest on.
Okay, good.
He put the vest on like mid-fight.
Yeah, I would have died again. So I had to equip it on the spider fight.
I'm trying to think
Yeah,
if you lose a revive here, where's the next one? Probably museum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even pick the pharmacy one later because I did pick that one up.
Mm-hmm.
Since I didn't pick up the gazebo one, so the next one will be museum
Yeah.
on the lottery machine.
Yeah, or if you decide to take that extra fight as well.
Yeah.
All right, Mugi does a good dodge on the first lunge. Everybody else is in not doing interesting stuff mode,
Oh,
so I'm
that's
going to
nice.
commentate specifically on Mugi's fight.
Yeah, I'm just watching him.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's good dodges.
Those are good lunge dodges. Hopefully, he doesn't get a bunch of heals. Because sometimes Shiva just wants to ruin your day and will heal 4 or 5 times in a row
True.
for
And
100 each time.
There you go.
You want to keep your health
There's
over
one.
71 because that's what she can crit you for.
There's 1 heal.
Oh. 1 head is down. 2 heads is down.
Yeah.
And
Everything gets a lot faster once you're on the 3rd head.
Yeah, she's dead.
That was pretty good Shiva fight. You only had what, one heal?
One heal, yeah. But other than that, it was really good. I dodged everything and
Yeah, you were doing some good dodging on those lunges.
yeah, I had to because I'm really low on medicines, so I had to pay extra attention to that.
Luckily, you should be able to build up a decent bit of medicine at the hospital.
It will get better on the hospital. You get lots of drops there. But she was always
Go ahead.
she was always a problem with that. If you lose your medicines early, you need them for Shiva. So
And sometimes some of those fights can give you junk instead of med 2s, and that's toxic because you really need those med 2s at that point.
And by the time you get to the hospital, most of the time you're just burning your med 1s just to get them out of your inventory.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's true. And I have a cramp on my leg, so that's nice.
Oh, another mechanic in the game that we glossed over earlier when you got to the NYPD. When you're about to do major things, Maeda will hand you a useless piece of garbage that you can't get rid of. He calls, they're different good luck charms and whatnot. They are useless garbage. That is what they are.
Yeah, a lot of people play this casually and you're just like, what is this used for? Like, am I getting like a higher crit percentage or something? Nope, they don't do anything. Not a single damn thing.
At least in Parasite Eve 2, the charms actually do stuff.
The thing with the charms on Parasite Eve 1 is that no one actually ever confirmed that they do nothing. There is no data providing that they do nothing. They might change the RNG, we just don't know.
I hate Maeda, so I'm just going to keep saying they're worthless anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the strategy guide says that they're useless, but I don't trust that guide because I have proven it wrong multiple times already myself, so...
There you go. So,
I mean, for example, the guide does say that Eve 2 on the beginning of the game has 100 HP. She does not. She has 93 HP.
Reaver, you want to explain the difference between the M10 and the micro Uzi and what we do with them? Because we're coming up on that soon.
So here in the hospital, there is a weapon chest that's 50-50. You're get a submachine gun out of it, but you're either gonna get an M10 or a micro Uzi. The main difference between them, they've got minor statistical differences, but the main difference between them is the M10 has no slots to tool extra abilities to, and the micro Uzi has 2. If we get the micro Uzi, we consider that better because then we have 2 different abilities. One called, was it First Strike? Quick Draw, which is basically First Strike. You have a certain % chance to start battles with a full AT bar, and then we'll put frost bullets on it later because a lot of the enemies in the museum are weak to frost.
And those frost bullets will sound annoying.
They sound super annoying.
And as an extra perk, since like Crazy said, if we get the M10, both myself and Crazy will be putting the eyes on the M10 anyway. So you will hear the annoying sound regardless of which weapon we get.
Yep.
No matter what, you're going to hear the super annoying noise that they decided, you know what? That's what ice sounds like. The hospital is a lot more. Hospital really is the king of following ghostly little girls down hallways. Like there's other parts of the game where you can do it, but the hospital is like nothing else. It's all you do. One note about the game. So for the most part, keys in this game you cannot discard. You can go back to the precinct and put them in storage, but you cannot just throw them away. The hospital is the one part in the game where Aya's like, yeah, I'm not gonna need this key anymore, and just chucks it.
By the way, there is no reason I should have skipped that Stacy right there. We should come back and take a look at that after this is done. That was nuts. I have no idea how I dodged that.
Well, that's an offense too. They do exist. So what happened storyline wise to this point is we're at the hospital and we were trying to take the elevator upstairs. Well, Eve cut the cable, we crashed into the basement, and then she cut the power. So we're going around gathering fuses so we can turn the power back on. As we follow the little twisted girls who lead us to the fuses.
Is this more of a horror RPG or an action RPG? What would you say? Horror or action? I was curious.
Cinematic. It says on the box.
I'd say action over horror, just because, honestly, like, while there's a lot of gooiness in the game, like, are there any parts of the game that are actually supposed to be scary?
Yeah, there's no real jump scares or anything.
So I would definitely call it more action, or really I would just call it the gooey RPG.
Yeah, I suppose there's more gore than actual horror.
Oh, and you skipped a refight.
Yeah, I'm getting really
so
good
here
luck
in
so
the
far.
hospital, we have 4 possible refights. Crazy's just walked through the first possible one.
We see now getting 3 out of 3.
Yes, I'm gonna get the next 3 in a row.
Good. You both
And
need lots of free fights because
looks
I need
like-
to catch you up.
Looks like nabson also skips the first refight, and Crazy is about to come up on the chest in the room Crazy's in right now is the M10/micro Uzi chest.
I had to run away from it.
I'm not even in the autopsy yet. God damn. This is
But
bad.
instead, he's going to turn around and go into the broken stairwell and find an offense.
You guys aren't gonna like
Last
that.
one.
+1.
There is an interesting superstition we have that if you get a +2 under the stairs, you always get a micro Uzi because it's really common actually.
Well, that's a thing that happened.
You can breathe out now.
Yeah. So Crazy got the micro Uzi. Means he will not have to go back and add slots to it to get ice on it. I did not see which one nabson got.
I got it as well.
nabson also got
So
it.
it will be M10 for me. Nice.
Moogie will get the M10 because that is just how this goes.
I'm just making
Yep.
mistakes.
That is my luck, gentlemen. I will get the short stick on every single box which is RNG in this game.
We do
when
appreciate you
race.
being here, though. do appreciate you, bud.
All right. And then this enemy that nabson's currently fighting is called a mixed man, and they're super annoying, especially with the random shot. Because sometimes she'll just sit there. They have a ball, a soccer ball almost attached to their face that they'll throw at you, and it'll bounce around the room, and it becomes targetable. And sometimes she'll just keep targeting that and won't target the body.
I suppose
I didn't
Moogie
get the
is
plus
beating Flintstone right now. Our 4th guy that never showed up.
That's true. You're beating Flintstone, and you're beating me.
I got an offense +2.
Nice.
Nice. All right, so you can see nabson putting the 3 fuses in, and then they have to repair the wires, and they can turn the power back on like Crazy did. And now they can take the other elevator back to the ground floor.
But yeah, I'm actually the fastest player of this game. I just have worse RNG than the other 2 guys here.
It's truth. He's not lying.
I did skip the refight, so I'm 0 out of 3 now.
You're now chat's hero of their movie. There goes our hero.
So, Boogie, would you say that you're jelly of their RNG?
Kinda unfair, honestly. Because we've done like 20 races or something, and I get the short stick on every single one of them. But hey, I mean, that's how it goes. That's why I wanted Flintstone to be here, so that he gets the bad RNG and I can actually have a proper run.
Well, chat loves you at least.
Yep,
the game
Chad
doesn't, but chat
Chad is on Team Movie.
I mean, there is enough RNG. Yeah, I got the M10. Wow. The only one who got the M10. I got the ammo and I got the M10. And I didn't. Wow. This run is over for me. There is literally no chance I can.
You know what? As Chad has pointed out, if nobody gets the bad RNG, how would they know how much time the good RNG saves?
And I forgot to equip the weapon.
Oh no!
That's a thing.
Yeah, the clubbing mixed man is not.
Solid strat.
Though club percent is technically a run you can do in this game.
I've done it once and I hated every second of it.
No one sane has ever completed it.
Yeah, only me and Cactus021 have completed it, and he's done 2 of them. I did 1, and I will never ever do it again. It stinks on ice.
Try that. I'm not even gonna try that run. It's terrible.
But as we were saying before, you guys are in chat. If you're looking for a new speed run, one of the greatest guides in all speedrunning history to learn this run. It's super quick. You can do it in 1 day, even though it's a 3-hour run.
Yeah. Anybody looking to do like one of the 12-hour speedrunning challenges? This would be an amazing game to do that on.
Yep. That's how I learned it.
Especially because of the guide, because it's just we really cannot stress enough how good that guide is.
Oh crap! I messed up that fuse box.
There's also a video.
Zapped.
There's also a video guide by Palmer, which uses the old route, but the old route is similar enough that you can kind of figure out what's going on with that video guide. So it's also.
And the video guide really goes over a lot of the boss fights in a lot of detail.
Yep. I'm adding a BP to active time there just to make me go, man, I got to refight. Refight number 1.
It begins.
I'm going to get all 3 of these.
Good.
Oh, you're gonna get all of them in the museum.
No, he's gonna need them on the museum anyway. So.
I mean, if you get none, you do need a couple.
Ooh, why is not deciding to shoot? Alright, that's good enough, I guess. Another cure him, thanks.
Nabson skips the second refight, I guess, and gets the third one.
Yeah, he's ahead of me now.
And he is literally in the next room.
There is one thing in the game which is actually better with the M10 than on the Uzi. Like, I mean, overall it's still slower, but there is a certain boss in the game which is much easier to do with the M10 than it is with the Uzi because of the range. The M10 has a lot, it has a lot bigger range than the Uzi does. And that makes Centipede much easier.
So I got 2 out of 4 refight, but I got the absolute worst too, so that's something.
Yeah, Nabson skipped the last refight. Yeah.
I'm 3 out of 6.
Well, that's right, because you got both of them in day 2.
Yeah.
I'm 2 out of 6, but they were the worst 2 out of the 6, so what are you going to say about that? I guess you do what you got.
What we can really do is hope nobody gets Sewer 3.
That's true.
That's the
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it anyway. So
that's the real goal, is to get
First
through
try,
it.
quick draw escape.
Quick draw escape.
That's that Nabson luck. Nabson, like, so we don't usually use escape as a way to get out of fights, mostly because it doesn't work that well, and sometimes we want the XP. But Nabson always gets it on the first try, no matter what, and it's like. The chance to do it and skip the fight is like, I don't know, 10%, if that.
That's super low.
Yeah, to do both in a row. So, I'm very, very jealous of the Nabson luck. I gotta say that for sure. I think that happened.
Doesn't work every time, but
come on, Aya, are you serious?
2 PBs already.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't it happen in your PB? You skipped either Sewer 3 or the triple roly-poly in the museum.
I am having literally the worst possible luck in existence now.
All right, going down to 13th floor.
You're going down to the 13th floor from the first floor?
Yes. I say down just so I remember to go down on the menu for whatever reason.
Of course.
There's a lot of little things I say out loud to myself just to remind myself because I keep forgetting everything.
So Nabson is in a fight with some jellies and a mixed man, and as infuriating as the mixed man can be when it's alone, when it's got other people you can shoot at too, RNG can really screw you over.
I got a good fight here. Yeah.
Decide to never kill it. Also, who hides a giant red button that opens a door behind a stove?
Doctors.
Doctors. Also, why is there seemingly a stove in a scrub-up room? I'm not... Maybe it's not supposed to be a stove. Maybe it's supposed to be like a centrifuge or something.
I think you're probably right.
I think it's actually a centrifuge.
But it definitely looks like a stove.
Okay, so I'm 0 out of 6 now.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but I'm still M10 and ammo, so I'm like 2 minutes behind you.
Yeah, but you saved a lot of time with 0 out of 6 as well.
I suppose. I don't think I saved enough though.
Nabson is here in the sperm freezer room that we like to call the load zone.
Yeah, we have other names for it that we shall not say on this stream.
No, but in a previous marathon, a member of chat pointed out we should call it the load zone,
Which is
and so
very
that's
funny.
what we call it now.
Oh, I got the angry bot carrier.
The big
just
jelly woke up and chose violence.
Yeah, he just jumped on me. It's only dangerous if you don't heal before the fight.
We have a lot of inappropriate names for stuff in this game, don't we?
We really do. Even the load zone isn't super appropriate. It's just more appropriate than its other names.
Yeah. We
The
got like,
original name.
we got like
The
4 other
original.
names that are much more harsh.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is where the route difference is gonna come in because at the end of the hospital there is a boss fight, and after that boss I'm going to go and do the new strat, which will put the eyes on the M10, which is not a strat anyone else basically does except me.
At least you get to show that off in a marathon.
No, I suppose, yeah. It's not necessarily faster. It's really a gamble.
Yeah, because you're gambling on what enemy sets you're going to hit in the museum.
Yeah, you want
Yeah,
Trudons.
Yeah, if you get lots of Trudons with M10 eyes, you will save time.
Anyway, how's chat doing?
They appear to love the load zone,
Yeah.
as is tradition. Turns out the Navy's here. And now Nabson is going to take on the giant brain spider. You know, before Eve corrupted her, she was a web developer.
I hate you.
I really dislike that. Took me a second.
I really hate you, Cheese River.
I came to terms with that long ago.
I know. I just need to. I just had the big urge to reinstate that.
It's okay. I understand. I feed upon your hatred.
I know.
So, the thing about the spider boss fight is you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, well, we were able to, there were 2 big air conditioning units. Sometimes the spider will just go hide behind those, and she becomes really, really hard to hit.
I'm having the mixed man fight of my life here.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's the bad thing because she shot 3 turns, just the ball, nothing else.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta break out the energy shot and call it a day.
I didn't have PE, but like this fight took so long that it actually filled up.
Oh, I love it, Drumboardist. I love it. Oh, to be a fly on the wall for the spider fight.
Oh my god, did I revive the puns in chat?
Yeah, see,
I shouldn't have talked to chat.
And then you acknowledged it. You acknowledged the pun that I made, and that will revive the pun army.
I brought this on myself.
Yep.
You did. You asked me to commentate.
I mean, judging by how this run has been going so far, I'm actually going to keep my PE because I'm gonna get webbed on the spider boss.
Possibly. A note about what Nabson just avoided and what Crazy's about to have to. This is a spot that a lot of casual runners actually get messed up on. If you don't get off of the roof in time, the plane crashes into you and you die. Game over.
Yeah, you just die.
So if you don't know that you need to go into the bottom corner to find the window washing thing, you're just dead. That's it.
You guys ever have a menu where you think you're doing something and you end up doing absolutely nothing?
Yeah, I had 3 of them on this run already.
All the time.
I have sometimes menu where I open the menu and then I don't know what to do. Like it's gone.
Yeah, it happens to me all the time. I don't know about you guys.
Kind of brain fart.
Yes. Oh, nice crits on the spider.
Take it.
Yeah, we take those.
So sewer 3 is what we're coming up to in about, I don't know, 10 minutes or so.
When we get there, I will explain sewer 3 as it is by a wide margin the worst optional fight in this game, and might actually just be straight up the worst fight in this game.
It can cost you over a minute. Yeah.
It can cost you. I've had it cost me almost 2.
The other route difference here is that because both Nabson and Crazy also have the micro Uzi, they will go to warehouse. You want to explain that?
Yeah. So they have the micro Uzi, and they have 2 abilities they're going to want to put into it. One is ice bullets, which they'll get a little bit later. And then there's another ability called Quick Draw that lets you start a certain, you have a certain percent chance to start a battle with full active time, so you can act immediately. But to do that, they have to go to an extra area that you don't have to go to called the warehouse. Normally, casually, you'll go there, eventually kill a giant crab boss, and get your first rocket launcher. But just inside the fence, you don't even have to actually go all the way into the warehouse. Just outside the warehouse, there is both a gun and a tool, and the gun has the quick draw ability on it.
I told you. She's now behind the air conditioners. I can't attack her.
Oh, you are just getting gross luck. But yeah, so there's a gun and a tool right there in front of the warehouse, and even though it costs you about 45 seconds or so to come to the warehouse, go through the little scene, grab it, and do the tooling, as long as you get at least a few quick draws, you save time in the long run.
I think Nabson's about 45 seconds ahead of me now.
I mean, normally the idea here is that with the M10 you save time compared to Uzi because you don't go to the warehouse, but I am going to actually go to the police station and spend a minute there to get the extra slot for the ice.
Right.
That's the extra strat.
And then Nabson has entered Chinatown. We only go through 3 screens of Chinatown. We're not in Chinatown very long. But there's new rats with different colors and different abilities.
Yeah.
They are actually cats.
Yeah, I think they're cats.
Are they?
Yeah,
they are cats if you read the strat guide.
I always just assumed they were just the next evolution of rat.
Nope.
Today I learned.
The more you know.
The more you know. But yeah, there are cats and snakes here in Chinatown, and we will also pick up another box that'll have an offense in it.
What's in the box? Oh.
Looks like, I think that was a +1. I don't know. Nabson went through it.
Yeah, it was
quickly.
a +1.
+1. And then we're gonna go back into the sewers. That's right. I bet you thought we were done with the sewers. Not Parasite Eve.
I don't know if anybody
Old enough that it knows everybody hates sewer levels, so it did 2 of them. So I will say, you know, sewer jokes, they're not my favorite, but they are a solid number 2.
How did I get hit by that? That's bullshit. Wow. I was literally behind the spider and I still got hit by the web, which was in front of the spider.
Alright, so here in the sewers, we're gonna meet probably, or definitely the most annoying enemy in the game. These bats. If you get hit with the sonar, you get blinded. If you get blinded, the range on your weapon drops to 1, which means if you're not standing directly next to the enemy, you're going to miss or do 1 or 2 damage. And up to this point, you can't have any items that cure blindness because those bats are the first thing that drop cure Ds, which cures darkness.
Can you actually get them from a chest somewhere?
Your Ds?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
I'm aware of.
Like, is it possible to actually have one at that fight?
So you have 2 options basically when you get if you get blinded by the bats. You can do like nabson1 just did, an energy shot. Energy shots always hit no matter what. Or you can try to basically body into the bat and negate the fact that you don't have any range.
I missed. Oh.
Bodying is touch and go, because the bats move around a good bit.
Yeah, they can just fly away from you.
All right, and now we're about to see, does nabson1 get sewer 3? Nabson1 does not get sewer 3. He lucks out. So, now that he's passed through it, I'll explain sewer 3. So sewer 3 is in the same area as sewer 1, like it's just a carbon copy of that. It's got 2 bats and 2 snakes. So you can be both poisoned and blinded. Poison in this game is super dangerous, like we said earlier. And then if you're blinded as well, you can't kill anything.
I made it through sewer 3 and didn't get it.
And it is it is a disaster.
Blinded by the bear.
Don't worry. I will show you guys how it looks like. It's gonna be.
Well, if neither of them got it, Mugi's bound to get it.
Yep, I'm gonna get it. Like, I got all the other bad things in the run already, so I'm gonna get super 3. That's like guaranteed.
And looks like Crazy did get sewer 4 and does get blinded in sewer 4.
Yeah, it was a strange pattern, unfortunately. Not a very common one, and Aya is just deciding to not shoot correctly, so that's cool.
Drumboardist, I love that.
Can you explain how sometimes Aya will just shoot once and not do anything?
So, with the random shots, when you declare you want to attack, and you're going to shoot 4 bullets or 5 bullets or however many bullets you're going to shoot, it decides right then who it's going to shoot at. If it decides it wants to fire 3 bullets at one bat and the bat dies on the first bullet, she'll stand there and fake shoot at it 2 more times.
Yep, won't do anything. So you can lose. Over the course of the run.
It won't reassign the shots. It decides at the beginning where it's going to shoot, and if something dies in the first shot, she's going to stand there like she's shooting for a few seconds. Because I have to try and fire by echolocation. Love it. Aye.
Oh boy. But yeah, this is where it starts differing, because I do not have the quick draw like nabson1 and Crazy does, so I will lose time on every fight where they get it, and that's about it.
The trade-off
is close attention to the quick draws. Sorry, Crazy.
Yeah, and the trade-off is that he doesn't have to go to warehouse, so that saves him about a minute. But over the course of the rest of it, we probably saved 2 minutes with quick draw. So
yeah, it's about 2 minutes, I think.
Assuming you get decent luck with it, because sometimes you'll have quick draw and you just can't buy a quick draw.
Yeah, it's totally RNG, so that you have quick draw, it's not means not that you have automatically time save.
Especially if you're far away, because then the quick draw doesn't matter. You have to run up to it.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
The Nabson is making his way out of the sewers and into the subway because they're directly connected. To be fair, that might actually be true. I don't actually know if the sewers and subway in New York are connected.
Maybe. Any New Yorkers in chat?
Anybody intimately familiar with the subway to sewer interface?
Anyone seen a New York City gator?
All right, so Nabson here is going to fight the mole. And it looks like he lucked out because the mole did not just wake up and choose violence. The mole has a right hook like Tyson, and if it decides to, it can pop out immediately and punch you 3 times for 60 plus damage per hit.
Yeah,
and you just mess up your day.
Yeah,
you just basically die or lose all your medicines.
It's a first round knockout for sure.
Yeah. And, I was going to tell you a joke about the mole, but I don't know if you dig it.
Yeah. No, what's the joke, seriously?
I got blinded. Got greedy.
Got blinded in all bad fights.
And then here's Nabson. He's taking on the giant centipede. Then again, if the centipede's that big, isn't it really a dollar-pede?
I hate you.
Where are my blood pressure medications? Seriously.
So the centipede boss, while it's in its big form, it can hit you with a bunch of different status effects. It can poison you, it can blind you. I think it can slow you too. I'm not sure about the slow. But once you do a certain amount of damage to it, it breaks into these 4 parts that sit here and dance around the room. Of those parts, 2 are the middle segments that just don't do much but kind of hit you if you go near them. And then there's the head and the tail. The head poisons you. I don't know if the tail does anything extra. If it just more health.
I got the frog.
Oh, that reload cost me.
Oh, Moogie got a very rare fight. So normally you fight 2 bats in that hallway, but he got the frog instead.
Kilopede? That's the keel.
And then Nabson just got the frost bullets. The centipede drops a grenade launcher that has the frost attribute, and so he'll move the frost from that to his machine gun. Oh, and remember how I was talking about an awkward place to change discs? So he walked out here, grabs the gate key off of this corpse, he goes back into the same room he was just in, boom, disc change.
I did skip Sewer 3. So we didn't get to see it.
That's fine, that's a travesty nobody needs to see.
That is true. That is actually true.
But yeah. But so that is the most awkwardly placed disc swap I've ever seen. And then Nabson technically has a chance for a refight here with the mole. Though the mole refight feels more rare than the other refights, but that just could be RNG. But just I don't feel like I get it nearly as often as the others.
It's kinda RNG. I got blinded again. Wow. I got the troll bat.
Oh, where he just is already loaded up and hits you immediately?
Yeah.
Just swap for
the bat on the
crazey.
breach where I am at the moment, it's you start the fight and you just pray that he doesn't blind you. Sometimes he doesn't, but sometimes he does, and it's basically just RNG. There's literally nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, it's too thin. There's no way to dodge the sonar. It just is what it is.
Shoot, I got Monty. Monty fight.
We got another. We got a mole refight on crazey side. Meanwhile, Nabson has made his way into the museum. Our final dungeon, I guess, of the game. And by a wide margin, the longest.
Yeah.
There are 6 possible refights. I think. Sounds right.
Could be. I never actually counted.
6, yeah, that's right.
Okay,
Is it only 6?
Yeah, in the
Yeah,
museum, yes.
Some of them are so rough they might as well be 2 by themselves.
No, I was just wondering because if museum is 6, then it means that there's only 12 refights in the entire run.
So, as you can see, Nabson is fighting a giant scorpion that every time you hit it, it stabs out its tail right in front of it. So the plan is don't be in front of it.
Then I beat Scorpion with
nice.
Sub-Zero weaponry. All right, I'll take it.
The double Trudon here. After
All
Scorpion.
right, so we got double raptors, and when you've got the ice bullets, you want as many raptor fights as honestly, really, in the museum in general, you just want as many raptor fights as possible for experience purposes.
Yeah, I do think they're actually. I never checked it, but I'm pretty sure they are more XP than the green lizards.
And you can mash through after because they don't drop any bad items.
Yeah, that's also true. They only drop ammo.
Unlike these green lizards that have another name that we won't say on air that Nabson's fighting now, they're the new birds. They drop junk. Do you have to be careful or just never pick up anything they drop? I think they can drop, what, junk?
They can drop
med 2s.
Yeah, they can drop medicines or junk.
Yeah, but med 2s at this point in the game aren't worth a ton. So for the most
You
part,
don't
just
want them at that point.
You don't pick anything up that the green lizards drop.
I
They
mean,
can bounce around hard and jump out of your range just as you're shooting at them. They're just super annoying.
Yeah, they're just rude.
And sometimes they can just choose violence, and all 3 of them can just like triangulate on you and stun lock you.
So that's the difference in that fight in that room. You can either get 2 of the lizards and 1 raptor / Trudon, or you can get 2 Trudons, which is the better fight. Again, I'm going to keep saying this. One of the easiest games to learn with the guide. The guide is great for this game. It's one of the best in speedrunning. So if you're looking to learn a game in a weekend, maybe a long Saturday, you want to play an action RPG, this is the one for you.
With even using the guide, your first run won't last more than 4 hours. Like your very first run won't last 4 hours using the guide. You haven't missed any more Daniel punches yet, but don't worry, it's coming.
Yeah, Nabson is cruising on this. I don't think I can catch up unless he gets a lot of refights here.
Well,
I skipped the first one already.
Oh,
museum refights are kind of the ultimate equalizer, though. If they decide you're gonna get them all, that's it. It's done.
true, but he is 2.5 fights ahead of me, so I can't really do anything here. Unless I get like no refights.
I don't get any quick draws lately, so...
And then there are these armadillos, which I'm sure have official names, but I'm going to call them that crazey is fighting. I believe they're also weak to ice.
Yes.
Double full cure on that? Are you kidding me?
Oh
Oh my
rough.
god, I'm lucky. Holy shit, quick draw 1-turn raptor here. You got a really good museum so far.
And I got another refight, so I'm too far behind.
There's 3 roly-polies that crazey just fought can either drop medicine 4s or full cures. Medicine 4s are just the next level of medicine. They heal 500 damage. Full cures, while they technically fully, are they only statuses?
Yeah, they're only
They are
statuses, so they're completely useless at this
They're
point.
completely useless. They don't auto use with your armor, and they only cure statuses, so they're useless. I was thinking they might heal you too, but just didn't work with the armor. But I've always just thrown them away. So
Patadillos.
note
Armadillos.
the statue in the background of the fight Nabson's about to be in is a mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell.
Are we gonna sing a song or something, or?
No.
Kidding.
So, After you kill the pterodactyls and they, do they become ghosts and become scarodactyls? Really bad that the game doesn't let you have any heavy explosives, maybe a little dynamite.
Do you have these written down?
I do.
He actually does.
I actually spent that part of my morning making a notepad.
I both hate you and appreciate you at the same time.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one.
Oh shit. This museum would save 2.5 minutes in my 2 minutes. Of course, I don't get.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Gold Sam. We're not done with the ghost girl yet. Or are we? We might actually be done with the ghost girl.
I think we actually are.
I think the hospital is the last place you see her.
Yeah.
Wait, we're not playing Chrysler percent?
Dino mitochondria. Oh, I love it.
Chat, stop helping.
Chat, I love it.
Chat needs to stop encouraging Cheese River. He's bad enough as it is.
I consider myself kind of a connoisseur of puns, a velociraptor, if you will.
Wait, I can mute him, right? I have...
Yeah. Yeah. You can. You can just mute him.
But you only think you want to. You don't actually want to.
Oh, boy.
Oh, there's a giant Tyrannosaurus in the foreground. I wonder if that's foreshadowing.
Oh, he's not going to stop, is he?
Nope.
That wasn't a pun. That was just a statement.
Oh, okay.
There's a giant Tyrannosaurus in the foreground. I wonder if that's foreshadowing. I'm actually running low. I'm actually running low on pre-written down puns.
I'm gonna play the lottery game here.
Try to grab that revive.
And I got a med 3.
I am much further back than I thought I was.
Imagine having good luck.
Yeah. Why would you bother playing it? It wasn't going to happen.
So, yeah, we're all top 5 runners. Once you get into like the top 10, top 5, like it's all RNG pretty much.
Yeah.
Everything stinks.
A couple of bad refights and it's over.
Yeah.
Like basically you can see I'm like 3-4 minutes maybe behind Nabson and Crazy. That's RNG. Like our gameplay has virtually no difference.
No, you're only 2 minutes behind. Well, you're only 2 minutes behind me, 90 seconds behind Nabson with your PB. But you had a very good PB.
Yeah, but I mean this run.
Oh, this run. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
what to
because
say
you
about
got good luck and I did not get good luck.
But my PB is M10, guys.
It's true. By 1 second.
You know, I spent a couple of years in college trying to create a drug that destroys mitochondria. It's a real waste of energy.
Uh-huh. You want to tell us more about that, or was that it? Now I'm just making myself laugh. I'm sorry.
That's important. It's important to make yourself laugh. All right, so we've got Nabson with probably a, I don't know, about 2 minute lead.
Yeah, it's looking like that. He's got a pretty significant lead, so I think he's
Pretty significant lead.
barring any major refight luck or anything else, he's going to take this one.
Nabson, at this point, Nabson is going to have to get just horrendous refight luck the rest of the way.
I had to get perfect, yep.
And Crazy would probably need perfect.
I did get the double shoot on here. Which is actually really beneficial for me since I have the M10 with the eyes.
Oh yeah, so you'll actually be able to take advantage of that.
This is not a good fight to get here.
So that is basically the gamble I am doing with I spend almost a minute to get the eyes into the M10. But if I get the true down fights, it will save me time. Normally the M10 costs you roughly 2 minutes compared to the micro Uzi. But if you have the eyes and you have the good luck, then it will cost you less than 2 minutes. That's the gamble.
Too much meds. Holy shit.
Chad, I love you. I really do.
Wow. in the museum, I've gotten the worst possible fight, except for the 4 corridor. You want to explain the 4 corridor, Cheeser? The corridor where you can either get the pterodactyl or the 4 enemies.
Oh, yeah. So one of the is that a refight? No, that's just a regular fight.
Yeah, it's a regular fight.
Yeah. So there's a long corridor where you can fight, where you can either get a pterodactyl, which you can kill in, if you get good crits in 1 turn. Worst case, you'll kill it in 2, or 3 of the green lizards and a raptor.
Yeah, which costs you probably about 45 seconds if you get
Costs
that
you
fight.
at least 45 seconds, and if the lizards decide to jump in and out of your gun range, it can cost you more. It's a real long corridor, and they get their jump range pretty significant. And now on nabson1's screen, you're going to witness the coolest cutscene of 1998.
Mitochondria? Are you kidding me?
That was the name of my my drug that destroys it, mitochondria. See, all I have to do is set chat up, and they can take care of the rest.
Oh, chat is just enabling you.
The fact that I'm almost out of pre-written puns doesn't matter.
I think
chat will pick up the slack.
And I think you've got plenty in your head as well. Appreciate you.
We'll see. Yeah.
You know,
We do
so the
appreciate you.
T-Rex is, it's being revived by the mitochondria, but before that it was dead. Did that make it a Tyrannosaurus X?
Never mind what I just said.
Yeah, well, you're canceled. Bye.
Once again, I am making myself laugh.
Oh, nice.
No. See, Eve's not a mitochondriac. I is the mitochondriac. Eve would be the mitochondrophile.
What shit?
You guys.
Eve lives in a mitochondriominium. Thank you, chat. Thank you so much.
We skipped every refight since hospital.
Hey, you've only got like what, 2 more possible?
Did you?
I mean, I skipped every fight in Sewers, the mole fight, and here now the 3 fights.
You know what's funny? nabson1 could PB here. If he gets perfect everything, he could PB.
That would be awesome. PBing in a marathon.
Yeah.
While taking 45 seconds to go get 2 revives on day 1.
Right?
And now Meta hands you a useless gun. Like, it is legitimately the worst gun in the game that he hands you here.
That I was full. Damn it.
I'm gonna go get the revive. This run is like that, so I'm just gonna get it now.
Yeah, nabson1's gonna world record in my face. Take it from me.
Just right in the face.
Yep.
Nah, that one is too bad for this, I guess.
Alright.
If you skip every single refight, like, this could be a 235 for you, but, like, it's really, really close. Because you hit
Remember I told
clamp
you
door.
Daniel was gonna sucker punch somebody else?
You hit clamp door like 201 something, which is within 40 seconds of my 235 at least.
If I had a nickel for every time Daniel sucker punches somebody in this game, I'd have 2 nickels, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Oh, Moogie, did you just grab that revive down there?
Yeah, I did.
Smart.
This run has been terrible, so I'm
as
not
well.
risking it.
Yeah. You can at least beat Flintstone.
So on nabson1's screen, Dr. Clamp is telling you how awesome mitochondria are and how the nucleus is terrible. Mitochondria rules, nucleus rules. And that he is #1 mitochondria fan. And that he is in fact going to give his life for mitochondria.
I think that's a pretty good summary.
I mean... And then he realizes how much it really hurts to get set on fire.
But he burns for so long.
He does. The weird thing is before he falls, like, there's no flames on him. Then once he hits the ground, the flames reappear.
Well, I don't know if you remember this from childhood, but the floor is lava.
That's true.
That is
But
true.
you know what? Something else I remember from childhood that he should have done: stop, drop, roll.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Really, as a child, I thought catching on fire was going to be way more common in my adult life than it has been thus far.
I know, right?
That and quicksand. Those are the two things that I was well prepared for no good reason.
Wait, what are you supposed to do if you get caught in quicksand?
You don't move a lot, but you want to kind of try to lay on top of it. You want to increase your surface area.
Okay. All right. Just belly flop it? I can do that.
Because I live somewhere where quicksand is so super common that I needed to know this.
Wait, where is quicksand anyway? I've never heard
I have no idea. Somewhere there's sand, I assume.
Is it completely made up? I guarantee you it's made up.
I think quicksand technically exists,
Yeah.
but
Oh gosh.
Chat, could you look up quicksand for us, please?
can you get a wiki article on quicksand?
And is there such thing as slow sand?
Also a good question. So after he burned to death, or right before he burned to death, Clamp gave Aya a key, which nabson is used to open this door.
It is real, but it's in jungles. Okay, well, then I'll never, ever, ever have to worry about it.
And
So I don't go to jungles.
You know, all right, so I understand, crazy that you're going to hate me for this, but
Oh, no.
if you hate all of these puns that much, you might as well call the Triceratops.
What if I just put down the controller and stopped running?
I mean, then you would catch up.
Fair enough.
Oh, Crit Rocket Runner with the raid, thank you. We're making bad puns, and our only biological knowledge is that the mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell.
Yeah, if you don't have puns, you have to leave. That's the rules.
Yeah. You're not adding puns. We're going to have to come back with puns.
You have to make puns so bad that I hate you, but also love you at the same time. So let's go. Let's go, chat. Okay, we'll take that one.
Triceratops. I like it. I like it.
Triceratops movie. All right.
You don't even have to go with the full pun. You'd be like, man, you know what? My favorite dinosaur? I think it's the Triceratops.
I'm not even saying anything.
Triceratops stop, dropped, and rolled. I'll take that. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Triceratop. I would also watch a Triceratops movie. Like, no lie.
It's got to be an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah, where it turns out the Triceratops were actually people in Triceratops costumes the whole time. And that's what twisted me in.
I mean, have you
But they were
watched?
policing actual dinosaurs.
Have you ever watched Kung Fury?
Sadly, no.
Because I think that one has a Triceratops.
Big Mike, that's just Kung Fury. No, can't say I knew that.
If she got blinded, she'd be a Do You Think You Saw Us?
Oh, man.
Alright, so nabson's fighting the T-Rex that for some reason can now breathe fire. We don't ask questions.
Did we even talk about the Triceratops? Besides all the puns?
Other than the puns, no, we didn't actually talk about the fight. So we'll go back to that, and then we'll talk about the T-Rex when Crazy's fighting the T-Rex. So the Triceratops, it has two phases. One before you break the skull, and then one afterward. Before you break the skull, it takes like, what, quarter damage from everything?
It has very high defense.
It has super, super high defense. So he starts the fight off with an energy shot, which is defensive piercing, so it does the same amount of damage no matter what. And then he wants to just hit it as quickly as possible, because while it still has its skull on, it can charge you and do what, upwards of 150 damage per charge?
202.
202 is the maximum, and it'll charge up to 3 times in a row.
And I just got crit by him twice. Oh,
Yeah.
she's running. A runner.
Oh, you got tripled. once you can knock the face off, the Triceratops gets a lot faster, but also doesn't charge. It really just runs around and does the electricity attack, which isn't too hard to avoid.
It can still charge. It can still charge without that.
Oh, can it?
Doesn't do as much damage. though.
It does like 10 damage.
Ah, okay. I figured that was probably. I always thought that was just regular contact damage.
I forgot I have no med 4s because I got full cures from those stupid, stupid beetles or whatever you call them, armadillos.
I never
still
forget.
have-
When I'm at the beach, I never forget my Tricera flip-flops.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
That's just bad.
What's your XP like, Nabson?
8k.
Oh wow!
And I skipped all fights. All fights.
You never got a single refight in museum?
Yeah.
What
So
the
you've got to
heck?
farm for a fight.
Yeah, you might have to farm twice.
So, well, we'll talk about the T-Rex fight, and then we'll talk about experience. So Crazy here, starting up the T-Rex fight. It can jump around to different places. It breathes fire, and the fire can hit you a bunch of times in a row for a lot of damage. It can burn a ton of health very quickly. It can bite, and the bite, I think, can do like 350 damage.
Oh, it's
It
not.
can do a lot.
Yeah. That fire
I know,
can hit
'cause
you
I've
like
been
4
overcrit
times.
by it on more than one occasion.
Didn't in our first race, didn't you die to T-Rex when
I
you were
did.
ahead? Yeah. So we've done a couple Parasite Eve races, and Cheese Reaver, the first time we did it, was ahead of us, all of us, by like a minute, and he died to T-Rex here.
Yeah,
Not trying to rub it in, but
it bit me and did like 350 damage, which is well above any amount that you're not gonna your armor's not gonna auto heal you because you just go from 350 to 0.
I like that one. Alpha Flood. I'm gonna have to Parasite leave. That's a good one.
But that's pretty much it for the T-Rex fight. It jumps around, it tries to fight you, it shoots flames at you that can do a lot of damage if you get caught in them. And it also has like a laser attack that it doesn't use very often. It doesn't do much. So Nabson just had to go and basically farm for some encounters. By the time we get to the final boss of this day, our next Eve fight, we need to be level 33. 33, you get an ability called Liberate. It is your most powerful Parasite ability, and it hits for about 6 hits for 250 apiece, so about 1,500.
7 hits.
7 hits, so about 1,750. It's 7 hits for 250 damage each, but it takes your whole Parasite Eve bar.
Oh, by the way, I hit level 33 on T-Rex because I got so many stupid refights.
Yeah.
Well, at least I skipped these though, so.
Because while you can beat the game without Liberate, it's a lot harder, and it's actually still faster to have to run around in the museum and try to catch a couple of extra fights than to finish the game without Liberate.
So I'm probably about 1 minute 10 seconds behind Nabson. I don't think I can catch up unless he like dies a lot, which Nabson is very good at this game. So
He would need a really bad E4.
yeah, he's gonna take the W here. Seems like.
I need to go for a leak. It's already 2 hours in. I will be right back, guys.
That is one other good thing if you're thinking about learning a speed run. This game has some nice built-in bathroom breaks.
Yep.
Or sandwich breaks, if that's what you need.
Yeah, or poop breaks or
Whatever you need.
feed the fish breaks. I've had a couple of those.
Or just, dear God, I've been sitting in this chair for 2 hours and need to stand up break.
Yep. Why does my butt hurt so bad break? Yep, I've had one of those.
Yeah.
All right, well, that kind of, all right, moving on.
Yeah, moving on. But yeah, once again, we suggest anybody out who's interested, I don't know, we mostly gather in Crazy's Discord, which I'm sure we'll get a link to his Twitch at some point, and from that you can find his Discord.
Yeah, follow, especially Nabson and Moogie, they're not like super new runners, but they've been running for about, 3-4 months, maybe. How long has it been? When did we do our
Longer than
race?
that.
December? We did our race in December, so probably about 6 months. Very, very good speedrunners. Mugi's just new to speedrunning, and he's doing really well. Except he's angry all the time. Other than that, he's progressed very well as a speedrunner. So hop on in and watch his stream as well.
So today, Will Bloodworth, it'll be Eve 4, and then she has a second phase, which we consider Eve 5.
Yeah, there is no Eve 6, unfortunately.
Is no Eve 6.
What is the Eve 6 song? They have one song. Oh, Inside Out, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, we don't want to get.
Yeah, that was very, very close to being DMCA.
That was way too close. We don't want to get DMCA in here. Actually, we're about 4 days past Christmas now. The game starts on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, so we're on day 5. So this is December 27th. Wait, it starts at 20. Yeah. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 28.
Oh yeah, because day 1 is the 24th. Yeah. Oh no, they figured out the Eve 6 angle. That's where all that goo from Central Park went. That thing now. And once again, this game is super gooey.
Then it actually turns into the band Eve 6, and that's they plays while the credits roll.
Yeah. Also, no matter what weapon you have equipped in the game, Aya always just has her basic starting pistol in the cutscenes. You would have a rocket launcher on you, but nope, she's whipping out that pistol.
Don't let me take a look
there are
at who is next.
Quite a few weapon types in the game. We don't take advantage of very many of them in the speedrun. We use, pistols, one rifle, and SMGs. Well, we turn the I do need to talk about the weapon. So the T-Rex fight drops a weapon called the M8000. It has an ability called double command. Double command. What that means is every turn you get to take 2 completely separate actions. You could shoot and heal, or shoot twice, or heal twice, or whatever. To that, it has high base stats. We add all of the base stats we've been collecting on guns thus far, putting its attack generally near 100 by the end of the game. And we in the museum, we pick up a shotgun and we remove the burst of the shotgun and put it on there. So we now have a hand cannon pistol that we can take 2 turns with that also has the burst shotgun effect.
Drumboardist, that legit made me laugh. I had to step away from the mic for a second.
But yeah, so now we have a hand cannon that shoots shotgun shells, and we can act twice per turn. We specifically want the burst effect for the shotgun for a couple of the final bosses, namely Eve 4 and Eve 2.
Yeah, UB2.
Yeah. So at this point, we're at the final boss gauntlet. Even though that actually spans 2 different days, we don't fight anything but bosses from here on out. I mean, that's fair, but, she's holding her original Beretta in all of the cutscenes. Not the M8000 hand cannon that we've created. Turns out the ultimate being, which is, actually the Boo's not the ultimate being, it's the thing encasing the ultimate being, has EMF that it can, turn away rockets. It can shoot lasers. It can it can have bones, but not always. It can do whatever mitochondria wants it to do. It's mitochondria. It's the powerhouse of the cell.
Is there more you wanted to add to that?
No?
Okay.
Good. I mean, are you arguing that it's not the powerhouse of the cell?
Nope. I'm just a really, really, really big fan of rap. And I've heard you can do a good rap about mitochondria.
Oh, you know what? I'd say it's a good time for that. But I believe I'm going to do it in a Shatner style.
All right, we'll take it. We'll take it.
An ode to mitochondria. Now, it's time for the energy maker. A powerhouse. A real booty shaker. It makes ATP out of oxygen and food. What's its name? Mitochondria, dude. Are you snapping at me?
Yes.
For my beat poetry. And now I'll sing it because I know it'll make them feel better. Now it's time for the energy maker, a powerhouse. I'm a real booty shaker. I make ATP out of oxygen and food. What's my name? Mitochondria, dude. That's all you get from me.
By the way, shout out to Moogie. Going hard in T-Rex there. People's champ. The chat.
The people's champ.
Yeah.
That's right.
Moogie is the people's champ.
Moogie has gotten just pretty much every bit of bad RNG you can get in this game. Moogie has gotten virtually all of it. I think he skipped Sewer 3, and that's about the only terrible thing that hasn't happened to him yet. I did not come up with the mitochondria song. I stole it from some teacher on YouTube. It's actually an entire organelle rap, not just about mitochondria.
Yep, Moogie's the people's champ. And dropping that people's elbow on the T-Rex.
Headshot. I almost missed the headshot. The organelle rap. It's pretty good. I mean, it's terrible, really, but it's amazing. I'd say, Crazy, you've definitely gained on Nabson, but you're still not gonna... The chances of you overtaking him are pretty low.
Yeah, he's got to die at least twice.
Yeah, I lost a lot of time on searching for encounters.
Yeah, having to farm up level 33, you definitely lost some time.
Yeah, unfortunately, I got every
Good shot.
refight on day 5 except for Sewer 3 and the last 2.
It's so funny when you want to have some refights, you never get them. But when you don't want them, you get them all the time.
This game is such a tease.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
Trump
very
Mortis,
simple.
I've asked that on several occasions. Why would the beat cop know how to fly a chopper? Apparently, if you don't just burn through the dialogue, at some point they mention that they're controlling it remotely. But you know, we're butt mashing.
Hold on. You didn't know how to fly a copter at a chopper at 25?
No, I in fact am significantly older than that now and still don't know.
These noobs that don't know how to fly helicopters. Oh, I haven't heard from Moogie in a while. What's going on, dude?
I'm here.
My rap just amazed him so much he had to take a few moments to recover.
Yeah. Pretty much.
It was breathtaking.
And
I've
then
been waiting for it.
what's that?
I said that's just said that I've been waiting for it.
I almost forgot about it, and I'm very glad Crazy reminded me it existed. And Nabson is unfortunately in the monologuing side, or at the monologuing portion of this boss fight. Because you sit here and button mash with these two talking to each other for what, a good 2.5 minutes?
Oh, it's so annoying. She will not shut
So
up.
long they just don't shut up, and you're just like, I just want to shoot you. Shut up so I can shoot you in your stupid face.
I don't need all this exposition.
If I was playing it for storyline, I would not be speedrunning it.
Yeah, the last time we faced Eve here.
Yeah, we'll fight Eve 4 and 5 here, and that'll be it for Eve. The titular Parasite Eve. Who is, spoiler alert, not the final boss.
By the way, chat, we appreciate you being here. Why don't we introduce ourselves one more time for the chat audience? If you want to follow Parasite Eve speedrunners, although I think nabson and Moogie kind of taking a break from it, but yeah, I'm Crazy Awesome. I'm on the top left.
Nabson is in focus mode on the top right.
That's true. He's just fighting.
Folks.
Oh, what?
But yeah,
I got good.
I'm Moogie, and I'm just here so I don't get fined.
And my name's not actually anywhere on the screen. I'm Cheese Reaver. I was gonna take their 4th spot, but my wrists are too messed up, and the amount of button mashing this game requires would have actually made my wrists worse. And my doctor specifically forbade me from doing it.
Did you got a doctor's note?
You have a doctor's note which says that you cannot speedrun Parasite Eve.
Actually, I have a doctor's note that states I'm not supposed to play video games at all.
What?
I don't listen to it, but I'm not button mashing to make it worse.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, we missed Eve 4 on nabson's side because we were talking to ourselves about ourselves. But that is where one of the fights where the burst effect that we stole from the shotgun really comes in handy, because Eve 4 actually has 3 parts, but because you have the burst effect, no matter which one you aim at, you hit all of them. And then now nabson is fighting Eve 5 and just used the most powerful ability in the game, Liberate, where you saw Aya turn into a green angel and punch Eve in the face 7 times and kill her.
She flew too much for me. I'm gonna have to take another turn at the end of this.
And what's on her forehead? More goo. That's why all of this whole game is all about the goo and the shattering arms, which weren't her real arms; they were her hair arms.
Wings, arms, whatever's.
And now she gets to become one with the beloved goo. My goo. And the not at all tedious 77 floor Chrysler building. Yeah. Luckily, when we speedrun Chrysler building %, we skipped the 70th floor.
Yeah, the Chrysler building run is 22 minutes. So.
Yeah. It's 22 minutes because you start with a super overpowered gun and you skip straight to the 70th floor after you finish day 1.
Yeah.
And now on Crazy's side, my goo.
Coming up to the final day, already in it. This is kind of a mini boss rush of Ultimate Being.
And then there's an escape sequence.
Yeah, which is the worst casualty. Like
It is.
It's the worst.
It's another one of those moments in the game that if you don't know exactly what you're doing, and the chase, if you get caught, you're dead.
Yep.
Like, game over. That's all she wrote. And they trick you. If you try to save during the chase, you're dead. No, he never sucker punches Aya. He only sucker punches the 2 people in game. And they both deserve it.
Will Bloodworth, congratulations on that chick. God, take a look at that.
That's beautiful. Will, I'd like to commend you. As someone who's been making puns for 2.5 hours now.
Nice job, mister.
Cat Ninja. This game came out in 1998. It's bit of trivia. It's actually built on an early version of the Final Fantasy VIII engine, which is why a lot of the background actors, or a lot of the background extras, looks like they would fit perfectly in Deling City, because they do.
And as we said many times, the guide for this game is so good. You can learn it so quickly. Please
Speedrun
learn this
guide
game.
at speedrun.com is amazing.
Yeah.
It was mostly put together by Primus.
Yep.
It's been amended to be the new route now, and it is the best speedrunning guide I've ever read. Like, it is so comprehensive, it's beautiful. And there's Big Mike posting it in the chat. Really, it's amazing.
Run this game. Oh, all right.
Yes, you should run this game, because there aren't many. We're nice people, we promise. Some of us are nice people, we promise. Alright, so we have boats exploding, choppers exploding, conversations on helipads, you know, the usual Parasite Eve stuff.
Yeah, we gotta kill a baby here soon.
And creepy babies.
Purple baby Morbo. If anybody's a Futurama fan, it's just a purple baby version of Morbo. Windmills do not work that way. Good night. Really, the crying baby is what got you? I would figure the ice bullet sound would have made you vomit long before the crying baby had a chance. Alright, so nabson about to start up Ultimate Being 1, the baby. Basically, he's just going to haste up and shoot it in the face a bunch. He wants to try and get it as quickly as possible. The reason he's getting us so close to the baby is your chance to critically hit goes up the closer you are to the enemy.
Oh,
That's actually a myth.
Yeah,
No
that's
one has been
it's a
able-
theory. We don't know if it's
Oh,
true or
yeah,
not yet.
I go close that I get the iframes and not that
okay.
medicine proc because of his attack.
Is that a myth? It
what
doesn't
happened here?
feel like a myth when you're running.
It is a myth. It's not been proven.
Yeah, that's why I think it's a theory more than a myth, because I still think it
Myth
has
would mean
something
it'd
to do
been
with it.
disproven.
Oh, there's a good proc or a good negation there.
Yeah, the baby can go to the floor and do an AoE attack that hits you for all of your health -1, so it leaves you with 1 health and will burn one of your medicines.
So,
But if you can manage to take contact damage at the exact same time, you just take the contact damage and you avoid the other damage.
Oh my god.
Looks like nabson went for the pre-split liberate. So Ultimate Being 2 has 2 parts. The wings and the body are separate. Well, they start together, and then once you do enough damage to them, they separate. And then you can, but there is a strategy where you liberate while they're still attached, and if you do enough damage to the body, you'll just kill them both.
So unlucky.
Crazey's doing the more traditional strat where you split them and then you liberate. You want at least, what, 4 hits on the body?
yeah, I got it too.
I
4
got-
out of 7.
I got 4 hits as well, but doesn't work.
Doesn't work on the pre-split.
Yeah,
should
because
work.
one crit was missing, I guess.
We're now
Yeah,
very, very close, by the way.
But
Yeah, I lost 30 seconds here.
but I've also had plenty of runs where it was 6 hits on the wings and 1 hit on the body.
Yep.
Oh, those stink.
You're
on
about to see that in a bit. when I
RNG
get
could just
there.
mess with you.
You're gonna see 6 or 7 hits on the wings when I get there. It's pretty much guaranteed at this point.
So now, yeah, Crazy
gonna be
coming up on nabson. It's close. Nabson's still definitely got a lead, but yeah, loss of some time on Ultimate Being 2 definitely helping out Crazy. is Parasite Eve 1. Parasite Eve 2 is a very, very different game.
Oh no,
Kind of a Resident Evil clone.
I forgot that I got like no Med 4s in the museum, so I have none of them right now. I could die.
That's harsh.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Oh, you have multiple revives.
It's true, I have 3 of them on me. But I'll lose if that happens. Oh, good placement though.
That is UB3 for Nabson.
That was a good Eve fight.
And there's UB3 for Crazy. And that was E4 finished up for Moogie.
It's a really good fight. I didn't get any grabs.
That's a hard fight to not get grabbed in.
Truth.
Yeah.
And I cannot pull off the cactus strat. I have tried and it just does not work for me.
Oh, no 1 cycle, of course. Holy shit.
So then Nabson and Crazy are doing / just finishing up Ultimate Being 4. You cannot do more than 2 damage to Ultimate Being 4 with any given bullet, and you can only get 2 if you crit. But all you have to do is 20 total damage, and then you get a cutscene.
I'm gonna lose
The
by
second coolest cutscene of 1998.
I'm gonna lose by 7 seconds, by the way. Exactly 7.
Yeah, look how
Nabson's timer
bad
is
that-
actually about 6 seconds in front of yours.
Yeah.
Like the view I'm watching, I can see the timers. Let's see. Throw at 235.36 for Nabson. Throw at 235.39 for Crazy.
I'm 3 seconds behind. Well, it doesn't matter anymore because there's no more gameplay.
I mean, you can still die.
That's true.
You can still die on UB4. You take bad pathing during the chase.
Oh, I am taking. Oh shoot! I don't have any revives. Kill, please. Oh. Take a look at my HP there.
Ooh. 36. Good lord. And there's my goo for Moji. So the ultimate being apparently can't take being shot in the face. Okay, so why did Daniel jump out of a helicopter and throw you something and catch himself on fire? So Maida had made some bullets with using some of Aya's cells in them. And had tried to give them to her earlier, but Daniel thought he was going to hand her another useless charm, so he yanked him onto the helicopter instead. And then into the chopper, and she's losing a fight, and Maida's like, well, I should have got her these bullets. They've got her cells in it. And he's like, why didn't you tell me that? And he leaps out of a helicopter, catches fire, and throws them. And has the wherewithal to do a really good throw to where she could catch them on the run.
Dude, we're so close. This is amazing for a 3-hour run. Yeah. Wow.
Like, I'm gonna have to watch y'all's timers. Like, not just on screen, because, you know, there's a couple of seconds between you.
And I do have the 1.4 second Elgato delay on mine as well.
Yeah. So this part that they're doing now, the escape, if you take a wrong turn, game over. If you don't know to do the what they're doing here in the boiler room to make the ship blow up later, game over. If you try to save at the phone, game over. There's just a lot of ways to die in this escape that's not really gameplay, it's just running. This is ridiculously close. Of course, it was bound to be ridiculously close because before we started, I was like, we don't need exact timers, you know, to make sure all starting timers at exactly the same time. It's not going to come down to 3 seconds. No.
I'm not going to stop my timer because Moogie needs to continue, but mine was at 2:38:38.
36 for me.
Oh, wow, 2 seconds? Nice,
2
nice
seconds.
job, dude.
That is a 2-second win.
Nabson is the...
I mean, I do have my own timer running. It's just not visible on the stream.
well, we'll just keep this running because it's visible.
Yeah,
on the
I
stream.
mean, that works. But yeah, I
Cool.
do have my own.
Yeah, that's a major GG to Nabson and Crazy. Congrats on the win, Nabson. But a 2-second difference.
What a
That
good
is-
race, dude. Nabson, that was awesome, dude.
That's amazing.
Nice job.
Yeah, imagine I was almost 2 minutes ahead in the
At the
museum.
beginning of the
Look how
museum,
the RNG wrecked me in the end.
Yeah, and that's where you want as few encounters as possible, but it turns out you do need a couple. Oh, that's crazy. Well, he's crazy, but
So let's all watch Moogie, the People's Champion, finish this
right.
out.
he is the people's champ. He has given Eve the people's elbow, and now the ultimate being and the ship that they're standing on will both also get the people's elbow. But
That was a lot of fun.
that's just
Yeah.
that is a crazy close race, y'all.
Again, I'm gonna say, best guide in all of speedrunning. Speedrun this game. Awesome.
You should. You all should.
To be honest, it's really good times for a no reset run.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
Were they both
Plus that
238s? Yeah.
You were both
Yeah.
238s and I mean that's
Those are top 10
going
runs.
and grabbing the extra revives day one. No resets. Just taking whatever RNG gives you. That's solid.
Did you die at all, Nabson?
Yeah, I got at Shiva the exactly amount of damage to proc a revive.
I was gonna
I
say.
got 47 and she dealt 37 to me.
I was gonna say that if we didn't grab the revives on day one, we'd be the 237s right now.
Which for a marathon run is crazy good.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's a top 4 run, top 5 run for both of us. So that's crazy awesome, I guess. I don't know.
No, I think you're the crazy awesome one.
No, that's right.
All right, so we got Moogie on UB2. And looks like he's going for the pre-split liberate.
There's 3 on the body, 4th on the wings, and
with-
4 on the body. Yeah, it's dead. That's a
Nice.
good
I
RNG
have
there.
never had
Kill.
the pre-split liberate ever work for me. I have terrible liberate luck though, just in general.
We do call it YOLO strat for a reason.
Well, yeah, but I'm all about the YOLO strats. They just backfire on me constantly.
But yeah, that did work. You need 4 hits to kill them.
4 body hits.
Yeah, the thing with this is that if you don't get the 4 body hits, that the body doesn't die. The wings are unable to die unless the body dies on pre-split.
But you need the crits before, because I got also 4 on the body and he didn't die. You need the pre-split, the first 3 shots what you do on him needs to be crits, otherwise it's rip. When you got 4, then you need minimum
only-
5 on the body.
I only got 1 crit. And I have
don't
low-
know.
I have low damage because I have M10, so I'm 2 offense behind you by design. But yeah, the thing with the wings is that if you don't separate them and you liberate them before they are separated, if the body doesn't die, the wings will never die. It's impossible to kill only the wings. It will I think it will always just have 1 HP because it will die in 1 shot. It just can't die on the liberate itself.
That's UB3 for Moogie. So just
It's a pretty good fight.
the victory lap that really is UB4 to the remains.
I mean, I've died on this multiple. I lost a PB on this fight once.
I don't think I've ever died. I have lost PBs on it because it popped a revive, though.
No, I mean I lost a PB because I died.
Oh,
Died.
a run
instead
that
of
would have been
revived,
a PB without the death. Gotcha.
Yeah, I was like almost a minute ahead of my PB, and I just died on this fight, and I lost the PB. Because over Chris, it's always fun.
Good. Yeah.
2 seconds
could be
on a 3-hour run.
Yeah. That's where he had like a good 2-minute lead in the museum.
Yeah. 2 seconds. It's so good.
No, this is everything you want out of a race. You want a real close finish and at least one person to show you how bad it can go RNG wise. I'm not hating on you, Moogie. We really do appreciate
The people's champ.
the people's champ.
People's champion.
That's the game. The game is a slot machine.
It
It
really,
really
is.
is.
Yeah.
It is an RNG fest.
And by the way, as we're seeing these cutscenes, up next, Wu-Tang Shaolin Style on the PlayStation 100% by Mechalink. So make sure you stay tuned for that. That's coming up next. And then Final Fantasy, is that a Final Fantasy 6 right afterwards?
It's a randomizer, yeah, Worlds Collide. By
Nice.
Retrophile, good friend of mine.
Yeah. Also, thanks again, Retrothon, for having us. We really appreciate it. And learn this speedrun, please.
Thanks everyone for putting up with my puns for
Yeah.
almost 3 hours.
I think they enjoyed it more than we did.
I'm going to be banned from Crazy's Discord shortly. I deserve it. It's okay. And everybody gets purple eyes in the end.
Speed punners. Come on, that was too easy. I'm not taking that. Nope.
No, you know what? I'm going to rule. It's valid.
Nope, overruled.
No comment. Just no.
Just no.
Yeah, Moogie's gonna
Just
have a sub
no.
250 here, so that's good.
Yeah, he's still going to end up with a sub 250, which, considering how bad your RNG was, that's a respectable time considering all that RNG.
Mm-hmm.
It really isn't, but thanks for the compassion. I mean, this is gonna be 247 and something, which is 10 minutes behind my PB.
Yeah, well, that happens, man.
No, it
does.
Well,
doesn't.
no, it only happens to you. That's right.
Yeah, it
I
only happens to
apologize.
me. It does not
It doesn't
happen
happen.
to you.
It
or
doesn't happen in
Nabson.
normal PB runs because you'd have reset at Central Park. I mean,
Yeah, that's true. I actually did have a good start on this. The Eve 2 was really good.
and RNG decided to be the fickle mistress that she is.
But yeah, I mean, my Eve 2 time was 10:47, and that was with I got slapped twice, and I had a miss.
Yeah, what should I say? I got a flat 11.
Yeah,
Eve two.
Nabson started off.
I got 6 or 7 misses in that fight. That's not. Yeah.
Yeah,
that is
but
how
you
it goes.
you didn't get ammo on Central Park, and you didn't get M10 and whatever else.
This
Oh,
is the
yeah, I
part of the
forgot.
race where
It-
Moogie
It's
is salty.
47 and 46, but I did split a bit late.
Still, GG.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
GG.
Okay. I had to watch it through my.
GG's, guys.
It's not an official time because it's RTMP, but thank you all for having us.
Yep. Yeah. Thanks a ton.
Yeah. Thanks for
Retrothon.
having us.
We're gonna take our puns elsewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my puns
Absolutely.
and go home.
Yeah. You will, because you're banned.
Luckily, Moogie can't ban me.
Thank you all
I
for
can
hanging out, mate.
actually.
Appreciate it.
I'm an administrator on the Discord. So.
Well, that was just a terrible idea.
Hold on, I think we're still live.
No, I mean making him an administrator on the thing so he can
Oh,
ban
yeah.
me. That's just a terrible idea.